The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Package. And a man suspected of swallowing a stash of drugs has been released from police custody in Essex after 47 days of refusing to go to the toilet. Officers in Harlow have decided to let the 24-year-old go following medical and legal advice. The LBC Markets report the FTSE 100 has closed up 11 at 71.57. The pound buys $1.39 and €1.12. LBC weather, a mix of clear spells and showers tonight, rain and some hill snow moving eastwards across Wales to southern and central England, a low of -1.
Right.
From Global's newsroom for LBC, I'm Holly Jones.
This is talk, right? Why is it?
This is LBC.
Jesus.
From Global, leading...
Jesus, why is it playing LBC and it's louder than me? Jesus. Kath's not here today, and I am going to prove that that we don't actually need Katherine, and that we're going to do a much better show than we... Kath is not here, and we're going to do a much better show than we would with Kath. So let the show begin.
Abusers could be
That's
banned
LBC
from drinking
again.
alcohol.
That is
Quite sure how
LBC
they implement
again.
that. And electronically tagged as well.
That is LBC again. Jesus. Right. Okay. We're going to... The show is going to begin.
It does raise that issue of...
Okay. Here comes the show.
No heartache felt no longer lonely. Nights of waiting finally won me. Happiness is all rolled up in you. And now with you as inspiration, I look toward a destination sunny, bright that once before was blue. I have no more than I did before, but now I've got all that I need. For I love you and I know you love me. So take my hand, I'll start my journey, free from all the helpless worry that besets a man when he's alone. For strength is mine when we're together, and with you I know I'll never have to pass the high road for the low. I have no more than I did before, but now I've got all that I need. For I love you and I know you love me. Play magic fingers. Oh, pick it, Luther. More than I did before, but now I've got all that I'm done. For I love you and I know you love me. Yes, I love you and I know you love me.
Here we go. So Katherine isn't here today, and we're going to show the world... Oh, bloody. We're going to show the world that we don't... Who needs her? I haven't got any headphones that work properly. Let's get rid of those. Hang on. We're going to show the world that we can do a show without her. There we go. Right, so 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. Busy show this evening, guys. Lots to talk about. And here they are. You might recognise some of these as just very slight variations on what we talked about yesterday. Been very busy today, so not really had time to give this thought. So, have you ever seen a UFO? I have. It's not that it's a competition, but I have. And if you have, 0344 499 1000. Where is the best place that you've ever had a kip? And don't just say like your bed. But the best place. We did the worst place yesterday. I want the best place you've ever had a kip. I tell you what, I used to really enjoy when, before the BBC shafted me, I used to, on a Friday, I would do the breakfast show in Luton, and then I would drive up the motorway and I'd do the afternoon show in Birmingham. And I would always stop at Watford Gap. 20-minute nap was my motto. I would stop at Watford Gap in my car, put the seat back a little bit, and I've got an excellent... I've only got a small car. It's a Polo. And I have an excellent driving... I have a great driving position. I'm in the driving seat. But I have an excellent sleeping position in the car. Push the seat back, put it back a bit, and... I turn on my side, left leg is in the driver's footwell, right leg is in the passenger's footwell, head is on the headrest, arm over the shoulder. It doesn't sound very relaxing, but there's something about the stretch that is on the lower back and the shoulder, the legs, the buttocks. There's something about that is great. And maybe I'll sleep in my car tonight. Who knows? Hey, you, how did you get that scar? 0344 499 1000. And, we did that. Oh, yeah. Well, I've not written it down. What have you stolen from a celebrity? Okay. Now, please don't tweet me with the answers because, it's a phone-in show. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call, and you know you want to give me a call. Okay. Let's go to Mick.
Hello.
Hello, Mick.
Hello.
Yes.
Best place I've ever had a sleep,
Yes.
Buckingham Palace.
Shut the front door. When? How? Why?
1993, car duty on the back garden. I got a Queen sandwiches late at night.
Yes.
And I had a wee on the back garden and all.
Hang on a minute. Well, this is what you're speaking of is treason and could possibly get you killed. So what did you do?
Not weeing on a back garden.
Well, you can't wee in the Queen's back garden. So I hope that's not a euphemism. So hang on, what were you doing in Buckingham Palace?
I went on guard duty.
Right.
And at night time, you used to have to go out back garden.
Yeah.
And they had a garden party in day.
Yeah.
And they left loads of sandwiches out, so we had a few of them, and they had a wee in Queen's back garden.
Did you sleep there?
I had a little kip in a bush.
You had a kip in the Queen's bush.
Yeah, in Queen's bush. It was trimmed quite well, actually.
Well. I'm going to end it now before we all get beheaded, but thanks for that, Mick. Something doesn't quite ring true there. He's not the fella that went to prison for pumping a dog, is he? I think he may be. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. You'd be very, very welcome to. Let's go to Alan Caddick. Good evening, Alan.
Evening, Ian. I was listening a few weeks ago to that Graham Gilbert call, and I found another one.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Where the guys kept saying India to every question.
Oh, yeah. Yes, this was a lovely prank that we listened to. It was on Australian radio, and it was this guy was doing a quiz, and people would just phone up and say the word India, and he went absolutely crazy.
He was nuts, wasn't he?
Yeah, he went bonkers, yes. Well, what have you found, Alan?
I found another one involving him where this guy was quoting the lyrics to Family Guy.
Go on, then.
It seems today that all you see is violence in movies. And
I know the lyrics to Family Guy. I don't want you to quote them. I mean, tell me more about this prank.
No, this guy who was singing the lyrics to Family Guy, and Graham was making it as an actual conversation.
Oh.
And he didn't know he was a wind-up.
Oh, okay. Well,
it's on YouTube.
Well, okay. Well, tell me what I have to type in to find.
Graham Gilbert, Family Guy.
Okay. YouTube. What have you got on in the background, Alan? It's not us, is it?
No, I'm in my home. Mum and Dad watching telly in the living room. I'm in the kitchen now where it's quiet.
No, it's okay, mate. What rubbish are they watching?
Well, it's not LBC, that's for sure.
Good. That's what we want to hear. Thank you, Alan. Right. Well, let's have a listen to this. Let's see. Okay.
Talk tonight on 131269. Hello, Brian.
Good evening, Graham. How are you?
Yes, good, thanks.
Mate, it seems today that all you see is violence in movies and sex on TV.
Right.
Where are the good old-fashioned values on which we used to rely?
Well, that's a good point, isn't it? And it's interesting that they've done a couple of surveys of late, and people are not going to movies as much as they used to, and the reason they give is because of the unnecessary language, the unnecessary sexual scenes. And you're right, people are simply wanting to go back to movies where the whole family can go and it can be wholesome.
Well, lucky there's the Family Guy.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Yeah, as I suspected, it wasn't particularly funny. Disappointing start to the show, but Kathy's not here tonight, and I know she'll be listening because she is addicted and very protective, and I want us all to show her that that we don't need her and that we can do an excellent show. So 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. We'll be back after these messages.
Completeness of the declaration there.
That is
North
LBC
Korea
again.
is not a party to the OPCW or the Chemical Weapons Convention. They are known to have what now would be the world's largest stockpile of chemical weapons.
Right, okay. I don't know about that. Okay, so we will be back after 0344 499 1000.
Hi, this is Thomas George. And
Who the hell is Thomas George? What the flipping heck is going on? 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. This is the Late Night Alternative. I don't even know what that is.
Kick off your slippers. Don't go to bed. The party is just starting. You can sleep when you're dead. The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
0344 499 1000. I think we've got everything into shape here. Katherine isn't here, and we're going to show her we don't bloody well need her. Good evening, Dredge.
Howdy doody.
Howdy doody, sir. Konnichiwa.
You've got an itchy what?
Well, okay. No, I like that. I like that a lot. That's good. That's very, very good.
Yeah.
Good evening, Dredge. What would you like to present us with this evening, sir?
Well, hearing Rainbow George yesterday was brilliant.
Oh yeah, going to do a podcast. I forgot to call him today, but we're going to do a podcast with him. That'll be good, wouldn't it?
And it's inspired me to write you'll be pleased to hear, a very short sketch.
Oh, a sketch? Okay.
Very short sketch, which I'm going to do for you now, ready?
Okay, hang on a second. I feel... it's comedy, is it?
It's meant to be.
No one ever does, tragic sketches.
Well, this is quite tragic.
Okay, well, we need an audience.
Okay.
We need an audience for this. So,
yeah.
what we'll do... Angela... Let's try that again.
Hello?
Hello?
Oh, hi, Iain, you right?
Is that Angela?
Yes, it is.
Okay, you're on the radio. Do you like comedy sketches?
Yes, I do.
What's your favourite?
Well, in my day, it would have been Morecambe and Wise, you know, the other two.
The two bastards. Oh, the two Ronnies. The two Ronnies. I thought you were going to say the two bastards. Sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
Would you like to be the audience for Dredge's comedy sketch? Me and you could be the audience.
Yeah, okay.
All right, then. We're the audience. Entertain us.
This is already a better turnout than most of the gigs I've done.
Hey, listen, buddy. Listen. You tell me about it. Well, don't actually tell me about it because I'm not interested. But
no,
let's hear the sketch, and I'm hoping there's a chance for some audience participation.
Oh, blimey! Oh. Okay, right, here we go. Ready? Here we go. All right, Brian. What you been up to then? What have I been up to, David? I have been working on the final mix of your new album. Low? No, I'm feeling fine, thank you. You can react there. No. Well, I enjoyed the playback and everything, but I couldn't help noticing that there were a few tracks on there where I'm not singing anything at all. That is because when the time came for you to put the vocals on, David, you were asleep. Well, I was tuckered out after doing all those drugs, Brian. Yeah, what was that?
Oh, sound effects.
That sounds like Iggy Pop upstairs having one of his turns. What a wonderful singer. Well, I better go and sort him out, if you know what I mean. See you next week, and we'll do Heroes. That was the...
Okay. Angela?
Yeah. That was funny.
There you go.
Well,
there you go.
Well, okay. So it was one person having a mental breakdown.
Something you know a lot about.
Well, apparently so, according to a disability website today. It was. I thought it was supposed to be two people, but they both had the same Del Boy voice.
Well, the other person hasn't turned up.
Okay.
I can hear you shuffling papers there.
Nope. Okay.
Have you ever seen a UFO, Angela?
Yeah, I've seen a UFO plenty of times.
I thought is that what you've rung in about?
No, I was thinking about, I had a bit of an accident. I fell on a stone and really bruised my foot.
But no UFOs or anything?
No, they weren't in sight. I just had an argument with a stone, because I'm good with arguments with a stone.
You had an argument with a stone? That sounds like a Peter Cook sort of thing to have happened.
Yeah, but it was just, I had a bit of a bad day, and I lost my friend, and I just saw red, and I just fell over.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
No worries.
Sorry, Dredge, you're doing the show now, are you? Is it? That's
well, Kath's not there. Catherine's not there.
No, exactly, but I just... fine, you talk... Angela, you talk to Dredge then. Go on, forget me. It's only my show. Go on.
Yeah, it's just one of those things.
She's actually going to. It's unbelievable. What an attitude.
You know, I talk to anyone, Ian.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, I'm good at talking anyway to people.
Yeah, well, you just carry on then.
Yeah, well, what it is, we heard bad news, and then I just had this argument with a stone, and I fell on my foot. And Ian was talking about different scars, but I just got a big bruise, that's all.
Okay, well, thanks for calling in, Angela.
No worries, thanks for having me. Thanks, Ian, for having me.
See ya. Bye, then.
Hello?
Hello, can I help you? Hello?
Who's that?
Who's that? This is Ian.
Hi, Ian, it's Andre.
Oh, hi, Andre, how you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. What's your name again? Sorry, I didn't quite catch it.
It's Dredge.
Dredge?
Yeah.
All right, Dredge. Oh, in front of me, right, I've got the...
You actually sound a bit like Peter Cook.
Do you reckon? Yeah, anyway, I've got Back to the Future trilogy in front of me.
Oh, well.
That's been news, isn't it? 30 years anniversary. What do you think of that? I bought it today.
Yeah? Any good?
I ain't opened it yet. Give us a chance.
Okay, well, thanks for calling then, Andre.
Oh, hold on, I ain't finished yet.
Okay.
Dredge, I've got a question for you.
All right.
What are you doing hosting the show tonight? Oh, regards to Kath, by the way, first of all, in her absence. But why are you hosting the show?
To be honest with you, I'm not sure myself.
Well, you don't sound very good. I'm sorry, but no, I can't really say that. Well, where's Ian tonight then? I wanted to have a word with Ian, really.
Okay, well, I think he's gone home.
Has he?
Yeah.
All right. Where's Angela and all the others?
You made yourself laugh there, by the way. Pardon?
Didn't I make you laugh then?
No, just yourself.
I thought I had a little chuckle from you.
No, that was someone in the other room.
To your feet.
So you're a bit of a fan of Morrissey, I believe. Has he gone?
What?
Anyway, thanks for that. Anyway, I better go now. I've got a dinner on, so I'll see you later. See you then.
And silence.
This is more sort of a Harold Pinter type sketch.
Silence is golden.
Sorry.
Ow!
Well, I'm going to go and have a tip now. See you later.
Hang on, so my microphone's not been on for the last 10 minutes. So that was going out. That was going out and not me. Flipping heck. What a car crash. Right, okay, fine. Right, who is this? What is your name, caller?
Me.
Yes, you, caller.
It's Morgan.
Morgan! Right, we're back. We're back in the New York groove. Morgan, what have you got for us tonight, sir?
So I just didn't want to talk to him.
No. Hello.
So I thought we were telling jokes tonight.
No, what? No! We're not telling jokes tonight. I hate jokes. I hate people who come up to you and go, here's one, you'll like this. No, I won't like it. You can't tell me a joke in a social situation. It puts too much pressure on me and makes me feel anxious. No.
Oh, I won't tell you a joke.
Don't.
How about this, right?
Yeah.
How about this?
Is this a joke, though?
No, it's not a joke.
Okay.
You ever think you see a UFO, but then you look for like 2 minutes at it thinking, oh my God, this is amazing, and then you see some like lights on the side and realise it's an aeroplane?
No, because I recognise aeroplanes. I recognise it. I know what an aeroplane looks. Yeah, when I was 8, me and some kids in the Cubs who stood outside a church. I don't know. Well, I do know why. And we saw some flashing in the sky, and it was very cloudy, and we thought it was a UFO. And then it came out misty, and it was an aeroplane. That's the only time I've ever fallen for that. Now I'm an adult. That was a very steep learning curve for me.
May I just say, you got some really good memory.
Sorry?
I can't remember what I was doing when I was 8.
But that was only 8 years ago for you. You're 16.
Exactly.
I can't remember a lot of what I was doing when I was 8, but I do remember the Cubs, mainly because there was a bit of sexual abuse going on. But that's a true story. But I do remember that. I do remember standing outside this church and seeing the what we thought was a UFO. Yeah, I don't remember much else about being 8. I remember the Five Doctors was on. That may have been when I was 10. Anyway. So you've never seen an actual UFO?
No, because if I have, it's not a UFO.
Well, no. Hang on a minute.
Because it's a DFO.
No, I think you
mean...
an IFO. Well, no, but
yeah.
no, because if it's an alien spacecraft, it would still be a UFO.
But you've identified it as a UFO.
You've not identified the class, you've not identified the make or model, you've not identified the planet that it originates from.
How are you ever going to do that unless you make physical contact?
Well, exactly. But if you see... Right, here's the thing. If you see something flying, right, and you don't recognise it as an aeroplane, or if you recognise it as from another planet, that is still a UFO.
But then how can you recognise it from another planet if you haven't seen what one looks like from another planet?
Jeez, we're getting heavy, man. Getting heavy.
There you go.
Well, okay, because the green dude pops his head up to the window and waves. That's how...
He was green.
I've been a little bit racist there, assuming that all aliens are green. I do apologise to any of our alien friends that are not of that persuasion. You know, there's a phenomenon of there's lots of them in America. People who claim they have been abducted by aliens, right? No. But then some of them have got they go to a doctor and they find that there is a microchip or a little piece of metal. This is a true story. A little piece of metal under their skin in their neck.
Okay, but then could that not be a suspicion that's taken over people and they feel like they wanted to be believed because they're mental inside their head?
Right, so how did the little bit of metal get inside under their skin?
They did themselves.
Oh, shut up. Right, they all did it? They all did it themselves. All right, yeah, maybe... All right, let's say maybe a few of them have, yeah. All of them have inserted a little piece of metal?
There might be an unidentified disease. Has that piece of metal that the doctors have found got any form of technology?
Well, if it is, it's technology beyond our ken. It is... It's technology that this Earth doesn't even recognise. Because you could have like a stone, right? You could have like a grain of rice, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like a grain of rice to you, but it doesn't boil up. And that rice, it looks like rice, but actually that might be like a mobile phone to an alien.
Okay, yeah, I understand that.
I've made myself laugh with that, but it's a true point. Like their mobile phones might look like a grain of rice. Their mobile phones, they're like alien PlayStation might look like a wallet.
That is very true.
It might look like a wallet, and that's just the design that their PlayStations have come up with in space.
However,
yeah.
Have you ever heard of a news report or heard something coming out in social media saying that our governments have tested these things that are inside their chips? Even if it's advanced technology, we should understand it to be technology.
No, that's the arrogance of humanity. We wouldn't necessarily recognise it as technology. You're using this is the problem with you with us humans. Delete. This is the problem. The arrogance of us, right? We assume that alien technology, and this is I genuinely believe there are other life forms out there. I don't necessarily. There has to be. Mathematically, there has to be. Yeah. But their technology might not even be visible in this dimension.
That's very true.
It might not. They might be interdimensional beings, and their technology you might not even be able to see it in this dimension, and yet they're like, their technology might be so advanced that their compact discs are recordable on both sides. Both sides. You could have a quadruple. You could fit. Anyway, you could get both sides on there.
But then at the same time...
Yes, sir.
Our planet's been around for 20, 30 million years?
Sorry, what?
Sorry, billion years.
There we go, yeah. Our planet's been around for like... I'm going to say 100 billion years.
Yeah, but there's been life form for, let's say... humans evolved...
Let's just say it, because we don't know, and you just say it. Just say it.
All right, all about that, right?
Yeah.
So, surely if there was other life forms that have more advanced technology,
yes,
there has to be some form of being evolved before we was.
Why?
If that makes sense.
No, of course not. Well, they might have done, but they also might have just evolved quicker.
Yeah, but then what kind of atmosphere would they need? Would they need oxygen?
God knows. I don't know. But here's, my theory is that and this is my genuine theory, is that we are the aliens and that we originated from Mars.
We are aliens, I can tell you that for a fact.
There we go. Morgan on that bombshell. Thank you very much indeed. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. You'd be very, very welcome to. Kath isn't here tonight, and we're proving that we don't need her. Let's go to Bill. Good evening, Bill.
Answer. What am I?
Right. That is an advert that is not even paid to be advertised on this station. That is that right? That is LBC again. Right, okay. Let's try Bill. Good evening, Bill. Hello, Bill. Hello, Bill. Hello, Bill. Hello, Bill.
Hello?
Yes, Bill. What is going on? Hello, Bill.
Hello?
Hello, Bill.
Hello?
Yes, Bill.
Hello?
What is going on? What is going on? Hello? Hello, caller. Hello, caller. Who is this, please, caller? I can hear someone there. Hello, caller. Hello, caller. What is this?
Are you tuned into LBC again, Ian?
Who is this? Who are you? Stay there. Stay there. I want your name, rank, and number.
Now, that's why I was calling in.
Right. Who are you? Is this Bill?
No, it's G.
Flippin' heck. Yes, G.
Hiya.
Hey, G. I've got no idea what's going on tonight. This is...
Neither do I. Our cast's away, you know.
Yeah, no. It's
LBC will play.
Exactly.
They're obviously hacking your phone lines.
Something's going on here. Something's going on here. We'll get this.
I wanted to ring in and let you know the best place I've ever had a tip.
Yeah, there we go. Back on the topics.
I was a squaddy.
Yeah.
Way back.
Yeah.
And we'd been out for a night on the Fizzy Pop.
Yeah.
One weekend. And we were due on parade 7 o'clock Monday morning.
Yeah.
And I kind of slept through. And the boys in my regiment, in their infinite wisdom, decided to bungee me into my sleeping bag, throw me out the window, and chuck me into a biffa bin.
Oh, blimey. Well, worse things happen to squaddies, but that's still pretty bad.
Well, if it wasn't for my shouts of, help, let me out, you froggers...
Yes.
I don't think the bin men would have stopped putting me in the back of the truck.
Oh. Can you stop rattling your phone, please, G? There's a lot of rattling going on.
No, that's not me.
Is that Bill?
I'm not a phone rattler. That's probably Bill.
Bill, are you there? Okay, right. Who's rattling their phone there?
It's not me.
Okay.
Obviously, phone Bill.
Okay, fine. All right. That was a joke. Okay, so you were. Well, hang on a minute. Did you nearly get squashed by the bin men?
Almost, yeah. I was in the back of the truck.
Yeah.
And then one of the bin men actually realised that there was something moving in the sleeping bag that had just gone in.
Yeah.
And kind of hit the red button on the back. It stopped. They unhooked me from the bungee bag that I was in. I climbed out, ran through the dome, jumped into my uniform, ended up on parade 5 minutes late.
Wow. Stinking of shit.
Well, the bin was right outside.
Right.
The squaddy's window, so you can guess what it smelled of.
Shit?
Green socks and bananas.
Oh, yeah. What do green socks even smell of? Okay. Bill, are you there?
Hello?
Right, okay, he's there. We'll have to come to... Let's have this break now, please.
Closing time conversation for tax inspectors, taxi drivers, and taxidermists. Great big talk for the wee small hours.
You've been trolling me big time, mate.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
0344 499 1000. Let's go to Sydney.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Hello. Oh, God.
What's happened to your voice? Are you losing your voice?
My voice is seasonal, as I told you.
Oh, yeah, you did. It's a seasonal voice. Okay, well, the spring is upon us. Spring has sprung, so the clocks go forward soon. So you'll be able to. Your voice will. Did your voice come back when the clocks go forward?
No, my voice is coming back now, and I didn't phone about my voice.
No, they go backwards. Spring back, fall forwards. I get so confused at this time of year. Right. Anyway, Sydney, what have you got for us this evening? What have you got for us this evening, Sydney?
Hello. The reason I was phoning this evening was about the best kip thing.
Oh, yeah,
but I didn't know. I needed the definition of kip first, because if do you mean like when you get them moments when you're asleep?
Well, that.
Or do you mean when you? Or do you mean like when you go to sleep, you have a proper sleep?
Well, those moments when you have those moments when you have a sleep is sleeping is a kip. A kip is anything.
Kip? No, absolutely. Best kip I've ever had was about 3 years ago when I'd gone out for one evening, which was a couple of days. I turned up Monday lunchtime for work, and it was the 10 minutes that I'd set my timer for in a cubicle. Best sleep I've ever had.
So hang on a minute. Did you say you were like awake for a couple of days?
Not at awake.
Well, hang on a minute.
I was awake.
Who's making this noise? Hang on.
Sleep.
Hang on, Sydney. Can I ask how old are you, Sydney, please? Remind me.
44.
Right, OK. I can say this then with impunity. Is someone masturbating on the line? Not you. Well, no, not well. I don't know. Maybe I can hear someone, and it sounds like they're knocking one out. And that, I'm pretty confident, goes against all of the Ofcom regulations. Is there someone there that isn't Sydney, please? No. They've gone quiet. OK, so go on. Sorry, Sydney. I do apologise for that rude outburst. Well, I hope it wasn't an outburst. I hope there was no outburst. Blimey. Oh, gosh.
It started again.
I can understand. You know, it's a great voice, but it's inappropriate, whoever is doing that. But hashtag me too. Time's up.
I'm glad it's not me, because I can hear it.
Yeah, can you hear it?
And I was holding as still as I could, thinking it was me just wobbling my head.
You would know if you were doing that. I would have thought.
Well, I was very still, and it stopped.
But you blew off there. Right, so.
Do you know? I honestly don't even know why I phoned.
It sounds like when you laugh, it sounds like someone's trod on a Labrador's tail. There you go. Is that noise? Did it? Oh, poor dog. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to tread. Oh, I trod on your tail. Don't tell anyone. You can't. You're a dog. Right. So, Sydney, you were up for 2 days and you fell asleep on a toilet.
Yeah, but it was a planned tip. I could not stay awake at my desk.
Oh, so this was
Iain, you doing that clicking thing, please.
I swear to God, it's not me. You can watch on Periscope. I swear I'm not. My hands are here. Right, for as God is my witness, and the YouTubers are, my hands are staying up for the rest of this call.
Don't stop it.
Don't stop it. Oh, cheeky. I'm not doing it. Right. So,
no, don't. Full stop. Stop it. Full stop. No, don't.
Don't.
Yeah,
right. So this was at work? Question mark. That you fell asleep in the toilet?
Yeah.
Question mark.
Yes. No, I didn't fall asleep. I went to the toilet to have a sleep.
Yeah. But you fell asleep.
And it was a kip, not a sleep, a kip.
Okay.
Iain.
That is not even me.
My noodling. It is you, isn't it?
It's not even me. Watch on Periscope. My hands are here. Who is banging one out on the phone while I'm trying to talk to Sydney? Who is it?
Oh, stop it. Don't, because if I ever listen back to this, I'm going to be so, like, what?
No, you should be proud of yourself, you know. That you've
I
still got it. You still got it.
Really shouldn't.
You're old and you still got it. I can say that because you're the same age as me. Right?
Exactly.
And I still got it, baby. No. Right.
Oh, do you know, actually...
Yes. Yeah.
Oh.
Now I don't know if she's crying. She might
because I just get hysterical. Stop it.
Yes, okay.
So anyway,
yes.
Just before I climb back into my iron lung.
Yes. Yes.
I just wanted to say
Yes.
that oh God, it sounds silly now. Sorry, I've lost it. You made me lose it, and I was doing all right.
Well, I
on
don't know.
hold,
Don't know about
fine. Speak to you, clicky noise. Just anyway,
yes. Yes.
You're very sweet, Ian. Thank you.
And you're adorable, Sydney. Thank you very much for calling.
Okay, take care.
Tutty bye. Right, let's go to Bill.
Hello.
Bill, hello, Bill. At last we speak.
I know, what's been going on?
I don't know. Are you on speakerphone, Bill?
No, not now. I was on because I was tidying the kitchen.
Hey!
And then
I tidied up my... Who's...
Someone cracking one off again.
It sounds like someone slapping a fish. I don't mean that. That isn't even a euphemism. I didn't even mean that.
Maybe,
but don't. No, Bill, don't. Don't. Because that may be a subject. Or someone's doing the coconut horses. You know the coconut horses?
No. What is it?
You know where you get coconuts and you bash them together to sound like horses?
Oh, yeah. It's like a musical instrument in nursery or something.
It is, isn't it? The coconut is a musical instrument. I've never seen a coconut in an orchestra.
No, they've got other things like that, though. The maracas.
I don't think they have maracas in an orchestra. The timpani, of course.
Oh, no, that was that guy from the Happy Mondays.
Yeah, that was Bez. And I don't think the Happy Mondays, great band, they weren't an orchestra.
They should do that, though. That'd be quite a good idea.
It would, actually. It would. Anyway, Bill, what have you got for us tonight?
Well, I was debating, but I've already answered my own question. I've had the pot noodle.
Okay, right, yeah.
Beef and tomato, my downward spiral to weight gain.
Yep.
And, yeah, it's just been a bit of a random day.
Okay, do you want to tell us about that? Is it interesting enough to tell us about that, or is it not? Because I can ask you if your day is boring, I can ask you questions that I guarantee will elicit interesting answers from you.
All right. Let's see how good I am.
Have you ever seen a UFO, Bill?
I've seen things, yeah.
Well,
like aliens and stuff.
Right, have you ever seen an alien?
No.
Right, why did you even mention that then? Right, but when you say you've seen things, I mean, I've seen things. I'm seeing things now. I'm looking with my eyes. But have you seen a UFO? And not when you were high on drugs? So that kind of narrows that window down quite considerably.
I thought I have a few times, but then I realised it was just a plane or something like that.
Okay. Why do people not know what a plane... Okay. Where's the best place you've ever had a kip?
I've had plenty of places where I've had a kip, mate.
Where's the best? Where's the? Here's the very specific wording. I'm very specific with my words, and I wish people would realise this. Where is the best place you've ever had a kip? And I'd really like it if you could sing me the answer.
The main road. But on the pavement, I was just really drunk on a Saturday morning, and I had to sleep, and it was a good idea to put up my feet and keep on the street, and some people asked me if I was okay, and I just said yeah. That was it.
Okay. Again, in the power of song, where did you get that scar? No. How did you get that scar?
I haven't got a scar.
Okay. In using song?
I haven't got a scar. I can't do scar music.
What have you Have you ever stolen anything from a celebrity?
No.
Okay. Thanks for your call, Bill.
Bye.
There we go. Let's go to Dara. Good evening, Dara.
Ian Lee, good evening.
Good evening, Dara. How are you doing?
Very well. How are you?
Well, my producer Katherine isn't here, and I know she'll be listening, but I am determined to do the best show we've ever done. And admittedly, the first 52 minutes have not got. Technically, it's not been great, but artistically, I think we're really at the start of something very special, Dara.
Do you think she's a crutch?
I beg your pardon?
A crutch.
Oh, so sorry. I just want her to know that she better start appreciating this job a little bit better, because we can do a great show without her. Dara, did you come and see us when we were in Dublin?
I did not come and see you when you were in Dublin.
Outrageous behaviour.
I apologise sincerely for that, Ian.
Okay, next time we're in Dublin, you can come and apologise face to face. What you got for us, man?
A live broadcast.
We did it. We did the Rabbit Hole. We did a live podcast there. And if you go to iTunes or Acast or your usual podcast provider, you can go and hear the first of 4 Dublin podcasts that we recorded.
You remember the venue?
It was the Workmen's Room. In
the Workman's Club.
Yeah, the Workman's Club. It was there. It was in this tiny room upstairs there.
On the River Liffey.
Yeah. It was brilliant. It was in a small room. We had about 50 people, and the room is done out like your sort of granny's living room from the 70s. It was beautiful. We had a really good night. It was good. I enjoyed it a lot, and we're going to go. We were only there very briefly, though, so we're planning to go back to Dublin for a full weekend at some point, because we loved it.
And when you were in Dublin, did anybody smash your car window and steal all of your stuff?
No, that only happened when we were in Manchester. We weren't stupid. We had everything.
Oh, my God, you're kidding me.
No.
That's why I'm calling you.
Oh, go on.
I have a letter in front of me from the Greater Manchester Police. Do you broadcast in Manchester?
Yeah.
I made the mistake, Ian Lee. I was in your kingdom, your United Kingdom.
Yeah.
And I play music, and I had some shows there. I was in Liverpool and Manchester.
Oh, yeah, go on.
And night number 1 was Liverpool.
Yeah.
There's a small town about halfway between both of those cities that we stayed in a hotel in, so we didn't have to move stuff around.
Yeah.
I took the ferry. Have you ever taken the ferry before?
Do you know I haven't taken the ferry? No.
Turns out when you take the ferry, nobody asks you for identification.
What the heck? This is a great way for me to smuggle in immigrants and drugs.
This is my first time on a ferry, and we left from Dublin Port at 8 a.m. It takes 3 hours to get across the water to Holyhead,
yes.
Then another 2 hours to drive from Holyhead, and so on. Not one person asked me my name, nor did they ask me for ID, and I had my passport and my driver's license and everything.
Beautiful.
We just drove onto the ferry and drove off the ferry into the UK.
This is beautiful. This is well done. You've just told ISIS how to get into the country, how to invade us. Nice one, mate. Thanks a lot.
No problem at all.
Well done.
So, night number 1 is Liverpool. The show goes really well.
Yeah.
And that was Friday. And the Saturday, we drive to Manchester early, Ian Lee, to watch the Irish rugby team beat Wales. And that was very, very enjoyable.
Yeah.
So I'm not a big, rich musician who travels around on a tour bus, you know?
Okay.
I guess you probably presumed that because I took the ferry.
Yeah. Well,
so,
yes.
It was 2 of us. I'm driving.
Yeah.
My drummer is in shotgun. In the boot of the car, we have all our cases with all the gear in it. And on the back seat of the car, I had my a guitar. It was a Fender Stratocaster. Don't know if you know what that is.
Yes.
It's a reasonably nice guitar.
Hang on a second. A Fender? Of course I know what a Fender Stratocaster is. Blimey.
Who would I be to be presumptuous?
Well done. Thank you very much indeed, yes.
On top of the guitar is a small suitcase, you know, the ones that Ryanair let you fly with.
Yeah.
There's a snare drum, and there's jackets, there's backpacks and everything. I pull up outside a bar called O'Shea's Bar. It's in Manchester.
Yeah.
It's an Irish bar, so we thought, what a good place to watch the Irish match.
Yeah.
The match kicked off at 2:15 p.m., Ian. Yeah. And during that game time, my car was parked outside in the street. I made the mistake of leaving all of my stuff in the car. So I put my hands up. Who knew that you couldn't leave stuff in your car at 2 o'clock in the afternoon in
Dara,
Manchester?
stay
Not
there.
me, Ian.
Dara, listen, stay there, brother, because we've got to go to the news. I want to get the full deets on this, and I'll share the only time our car has been smashed. Anyway, well, I'll tell you what happened when we were in Manchester. We're going to find your gear, Dara. We're going to find your gear, goddammit, and we're going to get you to do a live gig for us. Stay there. John, stay there. Jonathan, stay there. 0344 499 1000. This is the Late Night Alternative on Talk Radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Meet her again
idea. That's the Turtles. Right, 0344 499 1000. We've got Katie, Nick, John, Jonathan. But before the break, this is the Late Night Alternative Talk Radio, DAB, mobile, and on talkradio.co.uk. You can watch the show if you go to youtube.com/rabbit hole. But Dara, musician, potential future hit maker, was from Dublin, was having a few shandies in a pub in Manchester. And tell us what happened, Dara.
No shandies, Ian. It was a sober afternoon.
Thank you very much indeed. Well done. I was just testing you there, and you passed. You're through to round 2, where you can continue your story.
So Ireland-Wales kicked off about 2:15 p.m.
Yeah.
I'd say we got into the bar about 2:30, so I was in that establishment for approximately 70 minutes.
Yeah, okay.
And in that 70-minute period, the 2004 car was outside on a main street, Bombay Street it's called in Manchester, all by itself, and I returned to find my window smashed.
Oh, mate.
But now, bearing in mind, the boot was full of gear, cases. Yeah. On the back seat, there was a guitar, snare drum, a suitcase, 2 backpacks, stick bag, jacket, right?
Yeah.
So I walked up to the car, and the window was smashed, but everything was in the car.
Yeah. Oh.
So I thought, that's not too bad. I'll just get a window from a scrapyard. It'll cost me 50 euro or whatever. But on a closer inspection, Ian, the only item that was taken from my vehicle was my backpack with my laptop that I've had since 2010, my passport, the tour itinerary, the tracks for the live show were on the laptop, and a hard drive Ian with about 8 or 9 years of music production on it, which you'd appreciate in broadcasting on the radio for a long time. Imagine someone took your backup drive with all your stuff on it.
Mate, here's the thing, right? We did a show in Manchester. Was it last year? I think it was last year. And we drove up in Kath's car, Kath, the producer. We drove up in her car, and we parked overnight. And we left, and it was stupid of us, but we left the broadcasting equipment in the car overnight. But we thought it would be safe because you couldn't see it. It was in the boot, and you couldn't see it, and we thought it would be safe. We got out the next day, back window smashed in, and of course they'd nicked, this big metal briefcase, a big metal suitcase with a flight case, with all this equipment in. And, it was gutting. But I tell you what, the people of Manchester rallied around us, and we were really lucky that someone found it, because these kids had nicked it, obviously, to sell for drugs, got to this estate and realised that what they had was too specialised for anyone to have any interest in, and they dumped it. And a very nice young woman found it, and she saw it was radio equipment, and she took it to the BBC in Manchester. Anyway, we got it. So what I'm saying is, most people in Manchester are good, and they are good people, and maybe, just maybe, we might be able to do something. Go on.
I considered at the time, of course, using Facebook or Twitter and saying, hey guys, someone stole my album from my computer. But the guy or the girl who smashed the window and took the backpack, people are doing their luck. That's fine. That happens. You said sell stuff for drugs. Maybe they have to sell stuff for their family. Who knows? However, they're not going to be the kind of person that has a conscience and is going to find my passport, my hard drive, and go, oh, these are valuable items. No, I best abandon this bag in a public place so they find it, right? No. So I decided not to do that. So I did obviously notify Manchester Police straight away, and I did my own scour of the area. So I checked 3 public parks, I'd say between 40 and 50 bins. I went through where the car was parked. There was one logical route he could have run, to get out of sight quickly. Yeah. It was through an apartment complex. And when I got back to Dublin on the Monday, I was on Google Maps for an hour. I rang 15 technology shops in the Manchester area. Oh, man. All these second-hand cash for laptops. Most people on the phone were very helpful. I left them my serial number, and I said, hey, if the guy comes in, just take it off him. I'll give you money for your time. Yeah. I'll buy it back off you, whatever, Yeah. So they're very helpful. But the Manchester Police sent me a letter, Ian. I can read you a paragraph of my letter, not the whole thing. Go on. The crime date was February 24th, 2018, and the letter of this date, or the date of this letter was February 25th, so the day later, apparently.
This is paragraph number 2. This is from I won't read his name. He's a constable. Okay. He's a constable in the Manchester Police. And it's a short paragraph. It says, during the initial investigation, a number of areas of investigative activity were considered by us, including a search for witnesses, CCTV evidence, the interviewing of witnesses, forensic examinations, and a review of local intelligence. The initial investigation has now taken place, and the facts identified during that investigation have been fully considered. On this occasion, it has been decided that no further investigation will take place. I do appreciate how disappointing this is for you.
Wowzers, man! And they were doing so much as well.
They were doing something. They thought about doing something. It says we considered looking for witnesses at CCTV evidence. We considered interviewing people. We considered... Now, look, this is a backpack.
Yep.
People are being stabbed and killed, and there are a lot worse things going on in the world. I've said this story to a couple of people, and I would have preferred if you got £1,000 cash, because hopefully I'll earn money again, but it's the...
If anyone, the chances of finding it now are negligible.
Yeah, slim to none. I figured he would have abandoned the bag somewhere and just taken the laptop, because that was the only thing that was really worth any money in there, But no, he probably just, he smashed the window. Once he runs for 20 seconds, he's just a guy with a backpack on. So he probably took it back to his house or his flat or whatever and just went through it. And then when he saw my passport and all my documents, he probably went and moved on,
Oh, man, I'm really sorry. That sucks, doesn't it? That really sucks. Some people are arseholes. And the whole thing about, well, maybe they were feeding their family and stuff. Yeah, no. I don't quite buy that. I don't buy that. And, go on.
We get this here, obviously, as well, so, there's no point in me giving out about the guy that did it. He probably hit 6 cars that day. When I mentioned this to you earlier on, I said, did anyone rob your car when you were in Dublin? You said, no, I wasn't in Manchester before I even told you that I was in Manchester. Yeah. And I announced it during the show. It was a great show. There were about 500 people there. It was great. And when I told the story on stage, and some guy went, Manchester, isn't it?
Well... Yeah.
How am I supposed to know?
Well, and I love Manchester, and I don't quite buy it. That it happened. It's happened to us, but I like Manchester, and the people of Manchester. I found when we, because I did go on Twitter and Facebook and all of that stuff, and I got a cab.
That's great.
And I got a cab to the place where someone had dropped it off, and the cab driver was apologetic. The cab driver back apologised and said, I hope this doesn't put you off coming to Manchester. So I think we were unlucky, man, as opposed to it being a Manchester issue.
You can't generalise an area, of course. I understand that, No. But everyone from Manchester at the show, they were very lovely, but they all said, we don't leave stuff in your car here.
Well, they're mad for it.
It's the responsibility. But yours was in your boot, so that wasn't even on display.
Hey, man, thanks for telling us about it, and let's hope some good karma comes your way soon.
Ian Lee, thank you for having me on.
Cheers, Dara. Take care, man. Right, let's go to... I've got loads of calls, here we go. Let's go to John. Good evening, John.
Hey, Ian, how are you, my friend?
I'm all right, thank you, John. What have you got for us?
I need to start with an apology, my friend. I'm the one who, on Twitter, asked you to put the Twitter feed on to say that you're on Talk Radio. So don't I'm really sorry about that.
Well, no, isn't that funny? I was thinking about you yesterday, right?
Really?
Yeah, because we had a Barney, and you said I should put Talk Radio in my Twitter handle.
Okay.
Is that what you said?
Say again, sorry.
Were you the one that said I should put... So it should have Talk Radio in my Twitter handle?
Yes, I did.
Well, I've done that. I've done it now.
A month later, you actually put it on.
I've done it now. Sorry. Did I block you?
No, I'm still following you.
Okay, fine. Right, well, in that case, Twitter's a crazy place, and obviously something you said stuck. So I apologise for being a dick.
Don't worry at all. You're not being a dick. Don't be silly. The reason I'm calling is literally to say that I've been following you a little bit on your radio, and it seems to be a lot about people ringing in, and they're just like about things. Am I wrong in saying quite?
You're quite muffled. I'm struggling to, John. I'm struggling to hear you. You sound quite muffled. Have you got your head in a sack or something?
Oh, sorry, my friend. Can you hear me now?
That's it. What were you doing?
Yes, I have my head in the sack.
There we go. Fine. Okay, I was right. I sounded like it. Yes.
No, anyway, listen. So what I was trying to say is,
yes,
a lot of people who ring into the show seem to be a little bit tipsy. Is that correct? Are you saying that? Or is that?
I would say I wouldn't say a majority though. I would say a small. I would say a small percentage. Yeah.
A small percentage, fair enough. But listen, I mean, the reason you got the show is because it's you. You know, you need to talk about yourself. So the reason I'm calling you now is I know you're really keen on the Monkeys, aren't you?
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
You're a keen Monkeys fan. Is that right?
For the third time, yes. Yes.
Okay, sorry. So I was just wondering, my big question is, in terms of modern day music, in terms of like publishing and stuff, in terms of people producing music, do you think the Monkeys would have been anywhere decent to what they are or what they have become without Bob and Bert, or do you think they would have been their own thing without them guys?
That's a very niche question, and I've kind of made it my. I'm obsessed by the Monkeys, right? It's no secret. I've got a record label and we put out Monkey stuff.
Yeah.
But I've kind of made it my thing to because I got told off, early on when I started this gig for banging on about the Monkeys too much, and I've made it. I've got a little pact with myself that I don't allow myself to get too niche with the Monkeys for too long. But I'll give you 30 seconds. Bob Rafelson and Bert Schneider, the guys that made the television series of the Monkeys, it was their idea, their brainchild. Would they have been anywhere near as big without those guys? No, of course not, because it was their idea. The Monkeys would never have existed without them. But the Monkeys also would never have been as successful without the unique chemistry of the four individuals. Even if they picked one person different, it would have thrown things off in a different direction. I hope that answers your question.
It does, but the broader question is, I mean, nowadays we just get artists who have producers who actually produce things for them. No. Do you not think that it'd be better if we went back to the days of just having the artists decent artists who actually write for themselves and actually produce decent music?
But hang on, but hang on a minute. But that doesn't relate to the first question, because the Monkeys didn't produce their own stuff.
Did they?
No, they didn't. They didn't even play on the first two records. You know, they had the best songwriters in the business. They had Neil Diamond and Carole King and Neil Sedaka and all these great songwriters. That for the first, they played on the third album, but after that, again, they didn't really play. And it was all produced by everyone else.
But as musicians, they're awesome. Like I say, as musicians, they're really
name one great Monkey song that shows off their musicianship.
Okay. What, you going to tell me that?
No, I'm asking you. You name one great Monkey song that shows off their skillful musicianship.
Oh, there's loads.
Name one.
I think every single song that they played was fantastic.
Name one.
On the spot.
It's not a trick question. Name one.
Last Train. What was it? Sorry, Last Train.
It is a bit of a trick question. Last Train to Clarksville. Right? They didn't play on that.
They didn't play on that.
No, they didn't play on that. This is. I hate to break it to you. 52 years after the story first broke, but no, they didn't play on. None of them played on Last Train to Clarksville. It was Session Men.
So this is like a Milli Vanilli thing, is it?
Kinda. It's a little bit more complicated. That it's more like a Pinocchio thing. And but does Pinocchio become real in the end? I can't remember. But it's more like a Pinocchio thing. And Bert and Bob were Geppetto. That was good.
But the broader question was, in terms of music nowadays, because obviously everything is produced and then sung by artists rather than being produced by the artists. Do you think it's gone worse, or do you think it's got better? Or?
Hang on, I'm confused. So what era was? What? Hang on, what?
No, as in, I'm saying, nowadays, things are produced for artists rather than being produced by the artists.
No, but in the 60s, have you never heard of Phil Spector? Have you never heard of George Martin?
Yes, I know, but at least when you were back in the day with Phil Spector, you actually walked into the studio with Phil Spector. Nowadays, you're given a track, and it's the case of saying, this is the track, you need to sing this, and...
No, it's not though. But it's the same as it always was. Some
really,
some groups now play their own instruments, and some groups have backing tracks done for them, and likewise in the 60s. The Beach Boys. You know, the Beach Boys didn't play on their own records, and Brian Wilson would produce the tracks when they were out on tour, and then the Beach Boys would come in and he'd say, "Right, you need to put your vocals on this." It's a slight oversimplification, music historians, but that's my point is valid.
Okay, it is, but maybe if you can name me one track in the top 10 right now, who's produced by the artist, apart from.
But name me one track in 1967 that was produced by the artist.
Well, obviously, I'm going to say the Beatles, but, you know.
They didn't produce their own music.
Of course they did. Of course they did.
They didn't produce... Are you nuts? The Beatles...
What?
The Beatles didn't produce the Beatles.
Okay, so are you saying that John and Paul didn't put anything forward to the producer?
Well, what does that mean? The Beatles had a producer. The producer was George Martin.
Of course. So are you saying that he actually wrote the lyrics and he wrote the melodies?
No, that's a different... But you're talking about songwriting.
Yes, I am. Exactly, yeah. That's the point.
But you've spent the last 10 minutes talking about production. That's different from songwriting.
I'm asking. I think we got confused.
I think you've got confused. We haven't got confused. You've got confused. Let's try again. Go.
Right, go for it.
No, you go. It's your point.
Okay. My point is, nowadays, it's all about the producers writing the music, not only the music, but the lyrics and the songs and everything that goes with it, the beats, everything. And then it comes up to one person walking to a studio to sing the song, and they make £1 million of, whatever they do. And they become pop stars for the fact that they are then ownership of that song. And I think that's wrong.
But that happened in the 60s.
Not as much as it did now, Ian, to be fair.
Well, to be fair, for the last 10 minutes, you've been talking utter bollocks. So don't start giving me the patronising tone, right, that I'm not grasping your point. I've grasped your point better than you have. But I can see why we fell out. I can see why we fell out on Twitter. But no, it did. It's always been the same. Again, I give you Phil Spector. Phil Spector wrote the tracks. He produced the tracks, and the only difference was because they only had 4 tracks in the studio. They would do the vocals live, but he was the Crystals and the Ronettes and the Righteous Brothers. They were basically Phil Spector.
So when I revert back to the Beatles, what's the argument against that?
I don't know, because I've got no idea what you're talking about. And here's the thing, John, with the greatest of respect, neither of you.
Sorry, say again. Hello?
Hello, John?
I'm still here.
Yeah, well, okay. You mentioned the Beatles, but I've got no idea in what context.
So... John and the whole band writing the songs, is that not anything to do with what they did in terms of production? I do understand what you're saying. I do.
You don't. You don't even understand what you're... We're literally speaking a different language.
I started this conversation saying to you that obviously the Monkees were a production band.
I don't know what a production band is, and I don't think you know what the word production means in terms of music. And I'm not patronising you. I genuinely don't think you know what production means when it comes to making a record.
Okay, but you know about... I do, but you know...
Well, you don't, because you don't. No, John, you don't. Because you started talking about the Beatles producing their own records, and then you started talking about lyrics and music. Songwriting is different to production. So with respect, you don't know what production is when it comes to making the music. You've proved that.
I actually do, Ian, if I'm being honest with you. I've been doing it for 10 years, mate.
Well, then you don't, John. Well, then you've been doing it wrong for 10 years, because you talked about the Beatles. you talked about the Beatles, and you started talking about them writing their lyrics and music. That's not producing a record, mate. That is not what a producer does. That is not production. That is songwriting.
I fully understand. Listen, Ian, I fully understand what George Martin did for the Beatles. I fully understand that. I fully understand the whole case of getting the recording playing backwards and getting everything really, really nice. But at the end of the day, we had 2 decent songwriters there who actually did some really good music. You can't argue the fact
decent songwriters? Wow, yeah, okay, yeah. I can't argue the fact that the Beatles had 2 decent songwriters.
Well, you can't, can you? Or are you willing to argue that fact?
No, they was. I would suggest. I can argue that the Beatles only had 2 decent songwriters. I can actually argue against that. But now is probably not the time or place.
Okay. So you don't think that John and you're saying that they weren't good songwriters?
No. I'm not. I'm saying that they weren't decent songwriters.
Oh my God! Seriously, you're actually saying?
Yeah, I am saying now that the Beatles did. I am saying now that the Beatles didn't have 2 decent songwriters.
Oh, that's terrible! Really, you can honestly say that?
Yeah.
So, can you give me 2 better songwriters than John and Paul?
Yeah, well, John Lennon and Paul McCartney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you give me 2 better songwriters than those?
No, I can't. No.
So what's the point then?
Well, the point is they weren't decent.
They weren't decent?
No.
So we've had no decent music for the last...
No. You've got to be very precise with your language. John and Paul were not decent. They were probably 2 of the best songwriters we've ever had. And also, there was a 3rd songwriter who was brilliant as well. Didn't write much for them, but he was brilliant. So the Beatles didn't have 2 decent songwriters.
Martin, yeah?
Sorry?
I think George Martin.
Remind me which song for the Beatles George Martin wrote?
Sorry. I'm just presuming who the 3rd songwriter was.
George Harrison of the Beatles.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Gotcha.
When you say you've been doing production for 10 years, what does that mean?
Not professionally, as you've been quite happy to know. But yeah, I'm quite surprised you've taken it, Ian. If I'm being honest with you, because I would have thought that someone who actually followed the Monkees as much as you do, to actually then turn around and say that, well, just what you said tonight. I mean,
what have I said? What have I said, John? You've made literally no sense. What have I said?
What?
What have I said?
What? Tell me.
Jesus, Matt, you tell me. You've just said that I've said something. What have I said?
Ian, I rang you to ask you a simple, very simple
simple! Oh, man!
No, hold on.
Yes.
Hold on. Ian, hold on. I asked you a very simple question, as in, the Monkees were produced, okay? Now, as I'm aware, they were the first mass-produced band, okay? And
That's not what you've not talked about mass-produced once. You're now 15 minutes into the call. You're now talking about something different. But go on, let's follow this train of thought.
No, I'm not at all.
It's the first time you've used the phrase. It's the first time you've used the phrase mass-produced in 15 minutes, and yet it would appear to be integral to your call. But carry on.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. But my point is, without the producers of the Monkees, do you think that they would ever have been a band? Do you think their quality would have got out there? Because between me and you, the likes of the individuals of the Monkees are awesome. I think they're fantastic. I think the whole band's amazing. But I don't know if they would have ever got together without the production.
Well, no, of course they wouldn't have got... Jesus. Of course they wouldn't have got together because they were a manufactured band. They were auditioned.
Exactly, yeah.
They were auditioned.
Right. Okay. So you don't think they would have got together and spread it? And obviously...
Well, they wouldn't have got together. No, they were auditioned. Their auditions were held for a television show called The Monkees, and they saw about 400 people, and they whittled it down to the 4 that they picked. So they never knew each other before their first day of filming.
Yeah, okay, I get that. So you're saying that they wouldn't have got together, and they wouldn't have been what we know nowadays to be Monkees. So they wouldn't have been there. So the production side, the actual commercial side, is far more important, is what my initial call was about. The commercial side, which is nowadays, let's just write a song, let's get whoever it is to actually sing this song, is more important than the actual song, and the more, it's more important than the actual...
It's always been the way, mate. It's always been the way. It's just...
You think so, really?
I know so. It's just a slicker machine now, that's all.
Okay, so just finally, before I have to go, who would you say right now who hasn't had to go that route? Who would you say right now who's done his own thing or her own thing and actually doing, something without the production side?
So, what?
Sorry, not okay. Don't put him up in that, Ian. not the production side, but not the. You know what I'm trying to say?
I'm tempted to block you on Twitter now because you're doing my nutting. I don't know what you mean because you keep using the word production, and so far it's had about 5 different meanings. You don't know what production means. Do you mean?
I do know what production
You don't.
means.
You
Okay.
don't. With respect, John, you don't because you've been talking out your arse for 20 minutes now. Do you mean producing the producer that sits on the other side of the glass? Do you mean the production as in the production of the videos? Do you mean the production as in making product? What do you mean?
Okay. I've got you, Ian. That's not fully fair, mate. If I'm being honest with you, but my whole, I mean, I think I'm a year older than you, or a year younger than you. I'm 1975. Okay, I was brought up with the Art of Noise, which is one of the best bands ever. This is a band who went through everything, not only commercially in terms of having to argue with the NME, having to argue with Trevor Horn, having to argue with all these people to get their music heard. It was the most incredible movement in music that I've ever.
Yeah, they
had
ripped
in my
off.
life.
They ripped off Kraftwerk. But yeah, your point is what?
No. How dare you say that? That's ridiculous that you said. How dare you say that, Ian?
They ripped off Kraftwerk. Loads of bands were into. If Kraftwerk hadn't existed, then the Art of Noise would never have existed. Fact.
Are you really?
Yeah, fact. You've heard of Kraftwerk, yeah?
Fairlight. So
you've heard of Kraftwerk, yeah?
Fairlight wasn't the first thing there.
You've heard of Kraftwerk, yeah?
Of course, I've heard of Kraftwerk, my friend.
Okay, well, name one of their songs, my friend.
No, if you look at the
there wouldn't have been. You wouldn't have had Art of Noise without Kraftwerk. That's just a fact of history, man. John, I'd like to say I've enjoyed talking to you, but I've got no idea what we've talked about for the last 20 minutes. We have been speaking different languages, and I've been coming from a point of knowledge, and you've been coming from a point of I don't know what, man.
Okay, well that's a shame. It's the first time I've spoken to you. It's a shame saying that, but I thought we could have a good chat about it. What have you chatted about? What have you chatted? You've argued that the Beatles produced their own records. You've talked about the Art of Noise. You've said that the Monkees were great musicians. What accurate thing? What am I supposed to take away from this conversation? What can I take away? Okay, fair enough, Ian. Okay, but just bear in mind, just that last thing I said to you about the Art of Noise. Okay, you're saying they came from Kraftwerk. No, I'm not saying they've. No, I'm saying that if Kraftwerk hadn't existed, the Art of Noise wouldn't have existed. Loads of electronic groups wouldn't have existed without Kraftwerk. You can argue that Kraftwerk wouldn't have existed without Can. If you want to get into it, Kraftwerk would. Yeah. So we'll take them out of the thing. The Art of Noise wouldn't have existed without Can. There we go. It's a fact. It's historical facts. Whereas you've just come on and you've talked about 5 different types of production. You've got no idea what you're banging on about, man. Ian, okay, listen, I love you, mate. I remember why we fell out on Twitter, and it's because you were talking bollocks on there as well. That's not fair, mate. It's true. It's absolutely true. No, it's not fair. It's true. It's true. It's fair and it's true. No, it's not. Well, you've for the last 25 minutes, you've spoken nothing but rubbish. Okay, well, that's your opinion, and it's your show. It's the opinion of everyone on Twitter as well who's tweeting me at the moment. Okay, but like I say, if you consider that the Art of Noise have actually taken their influence from Kraftwerk, I'll have to disagree. Well, you look at JJ Jexelic, you look at... so you're saying that the Art of Noise are completely motivated and completely self-inspired? Oh, of course, definitely. Yeah. Oh, what a load! What rubbish! What rubbish! No band is completely self. So you're saying that they'd never heard music before, and these people... Calm down. No, because I'm so angry, because you're talking bollocks. So Anne Dudley and JJ Jexelic and Gary Langan and Trevor Horn and Paul Morley and Lol Cream, they'd never heard music before, and they just one day got together and said, hey, let's make a band, but we're going to make it like electronic and I'm not saying that, Ian. I'm not saying that. I mean, listen, I know Anne Dudley, and I know exactly how she works with her classical music in terms of what she draws from that. But no, you can't. you can't say that without Kraftwerk there wouldn't have been an Art of Noise. I mean, that's just weird.
Yeah, you can though, mate. You really
You can't, mate. Seriously.
Yeah, it's like you could say without Buddy Holly. Let's try this one. Right, let's try this one.
Well, mate.
Without Buddy Holly, there would have been.
Here, by the way.
Sorry. What?
I'm still here, by the way.
Yep. Well, I know. Without Buddy Holly, there would have been no Beatles.
Really?
Yeah. Does that make sense to you? Do that make sense? No, I don't. It's a fact.
No, it's not a fact. Of course it's not a fact.
John.
The 1950s when Buddy Holly was in his blues, mate. You can't relate.
John.
You can't relate the Beatles to Buddy Holly. You can't do it.
John, you've proved yourself, mate. You're an absolute idiot, and I'm going to say goodnight, because this is shooting fish in a barrel for me. Thanks for calling, man.
Can I just say one thing?
No, you can't. I'm sorry. Maybe I should have stopped that sooner, but I was enjoying. Let's go to the ads.
Take a trip into the alternate reality of late night radio.
I think I'm in something like The Matrix, and so are you.
The Late Night Alternative.
Hello.
With Iain Lee.
Is there anybody out there?
On Talk Radio.
Hello.
Maybe we need Kath. I just got a feeling that without Kath... That's our podcast. Let's put that out as the podcast, please, Sam, if you could make that known. That's tomorrow's podcast, is that. Let's go to Jonathan. Good evening, Jonathan.
Evening, Ian.
Hello, mate. I saw you.
Once again, it's up to me to save your bacon.
Oh, buddy, go on. What you got for us?
Well, I've been sitting on this for a little while, but I think today's as good as any day to reveal it.
Yes.
You really want to know what happened at the Mandalay Hotel at the end of last year?
Hang on a minute. What was the Mandalay Hotel at the end of last year?
Stephen Pollock and the mass shooting.
Oh, hang on, sorry. That was is that the Las Vegas shooting?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, go on. Yeah, let's have the inside info on what happened there, definitely.
Well, I got to thank 4chan for this.
Okay, right.
They did all the heavy lifting, but apparently, guess who owns the Mandalay Hotel?
4chan?
No.
It's
actually the Saudi Crown Prince.
Hey! Oh, this guy's my new hero. I'd never heard of him until I saw loads and loads of posters all over London saying... this man is changing Saudi Arabia. And I'm thinking, I don't know who this fella is. Everywhere. London is covered in posters. For like the last week, this man is changing the face of Saudi Arabia. And then just in the news, we heard a clip of Theresa May talking about this, the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, who's over it. At least I think it was Theresa May talking about the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia. It was hard to make out what she was saying because her tongue was so far up his Saudi arse.
It's really nice to have the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia.
It was outrageous.
Yes. Well, what happened last year was, while he was at his hotel, there was a failed assassination attempt by his disgruntled uncles.
Not the disgruntled uncles. I think I've got their second album on vinyl somewhere.
Yes. So there was a failed assassination attempt on him by his uncles who opposed his reforms.
Yes.
And Trump, the FBI, and the Saudi government covered it up.
Yeah.
And fed a false story about this Stephen Pollock guy.
Well, hang on a minute. So you're saying that his disgruntled, the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia's disgruntled uncle was the actual shooter in Las Vegas?
Uncles. They put up. They plotted to assassinate him in his own hotel.
Was he a country and western concert then? Because that's what they were shooting at.
Well, that's part of the cover-up.
Oh.
That they to prevent an international incident, the FBI and the Saudi government covered it up.
Yeah.
And Trump probably knows all about the cover-up.
Yeah, of course he does. That goes.
And the perpetrators, shortly after the Mandalay shooting, all those Saudi princes were locked up in the Ritz-Carlton in Saudi.
And who owns that?
The Saudis, I assume.
Yeah, well...
So, the perpetrators of that shooting have been caught and punished by the Saudi regime in a manner that no civilized government...
1,000 lashes on their bare buttocks.
Well, yes, but the perpetrators have been punished for attempting to kill their crown prince. So that is the mystery of the Mandalay shooting.
Oh, well, I'm glad that's solved. Have you told the FBI?
They know it. Trump knows it. Theresa May knows it. It's an open secret that it was a plot.
But somehow it got leaked to a 4chan member.
No, they did a timeline reconstruction.
Do you know? I don't know. Do you know what? I could actually believe that. I could probably believe that, Jonathan. It doesn't sound that outrageous to me.
Well, it's true.
All right. Nice one, mate. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. I also appreciate... I didn't need it, but Glasto has tweeted me a link to the Art of Noise website, artofnoiseofficial.com. Art of Noise first appears... About Art of Noise. Art of Noise first appeared to appear, I like it, in 1983 with a song in their heart, a beat in their soul, and an ignition key in their hand. Formed at a time where... Can we get John back? I want to read this to John. I just want to read this to John. Let's go to the ads. I want to read this to John.
No rules nocturnal nattering for nightbirds, nurses, and Nosferatu.
All right, cool.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
John's back. Good evening, John.
Hi, Iain. How are you, my friend?
I'm very, very well. You're muffled again, so take your head out the sack.
Okay.
Here we go.
Out the sack.
Thanks to Glasto, Glasto's been on the Art of Noise website and artofnoiseofficial.com. Do you mind if I read you something?
Go for it.
Art of Noise first appeared to appear in 1983 with a song in their heart, a beat in their soul, and an ignition key in their hand. Formed at a time when the reverberations of punk, post-punk and new wave could still be felt, they were determined to be a different kind of group. A group that set themselves outside the then currents of fashion and style. A group that were the missing link between the Monkees and Talking Heads, ABBA and Kraftwerk, Frank Zappa and the Archies. There's more. They took their name, like all the best pop groups from Soft Machine to the Velvet Underground, from a book. A book about Italian futurism. Influenced by the likes of Kraftwerk, John Cage, Terry Riley, Miles Davis, Todd Rundgren, Marvin Gaye and Tangerine Dream. That's a big list of acts that influenced a band that apparently had no influences, and the first one mentioned is Kraftwerk.
Amazing. Can I respond to that?
Please do. But I'm about to charge you as guilty.
Okay. And I will...
Let's hear your defence.
Okay, my defence is Art of Noise went through a couple of definitions. They went through the likes of Zang Tum Tum, which was Trevor Horn's label.
You're irrelevant. Irrelevant. Irrelevant.
Really.
Yeah, no, very irrelevant.
Really.
Very irrelevant. I'll tell you why. Because you said two things, okay? And the first thing, I'm just going to say it, but we'll put it to one side because I'm going to put that down to you being nervous.
You're not letting me finish what I'm saying.
No, because we're running out of time and you're being irrelevant. The first thing was you said Art of Noise had no musical influences. There's a long list there. I'm going to forget that. I'm going to throw that one out because no one could be that dumb. The second thing you said was there was definitely no influence from Kraftwerk. I have proven you wrong. How do you plead? Guilty or not guilty?
Are you suffering for time and you want to prove somebody wrong or something?
No. I've never spoken to anyone as frustratingly dumb as you, and as ignorant as you. You've said that they were not influenced by Kraftwerk. On their website, they list a long list of acts that influenced. The first one is Kraftwerk.
Well, first of all, what a very horrible thing to say to somebody. That's not a nice thing to say to somebody, Ian. But second of all, I know Art of Noise. I know they went through the whole Zenkuntum. I know they went through the whole China Records when they parted company with...
I don't want to know what record label they were on. Just admit that you were wrong. You said they weren't influenced by Kraftwerk. They've said they are influenced by Kraftwerk.
Ian, if it makes you feel happy, my friend, yeah, I'm wrong. I'm just surprised that you, being radio presenter, you rang me back up to actually prove me wrong. That's ridiculous.
No, it's not ridiculous. I want you to learn a lesson that you don't know anything and you've spoken rubbish for 30 minutes.
Ian, I can say to you that the likes of Anne Dudley and JJ Jexlick would rather get their likes of influence from someone like Claude Debussy rather than...
You can be influenced by different people. Originally, they weren't influenced by anyone. Now you're citing classical composers. That's great. Okay, that's progress. But on their website, the Art of Noise website, it says the exact opposite of what you've said.
So you rang me back up to say, John, you're so wrong, and I want to prove myself right.
No, I want to educate you. Yeah, no, partly I wanted to gloat. Yeah, I'll be honest, but also I wanted to educate you, and I hope that you have been educated, schooled.
Well, not really, to be fair, because I know the history of the Art of Noise. And
no, you don't. You haven't, because you don't listen. You don't listen to anything. You don't know about production. You don't know about the Art of Noise. You certainly don't know about the Monkees.
Okay, can I ask you a quick question?
Of course you can, John. Go on. Why not?
Do you know why J.J. Jexlick and Anne Dudley actually separated themselves from the likes of Trevor Horn? And now
I couldn't give a toss. That's got nothing to do with what we've spoken about in this hour. Couldn't care less.
So you're considering the Art of Noise as being one sole entity, and it's not transformed in any single way?
I've not said that in the slightest. All bands transform and change.
Like Fleetwood Mac, it's the same band it was 50 years ago.
No, I've not said that at all. No. Just what you're bringing up now is completely irrelevant. You're bringing up a whole new topic, which we're not going to go down. But it bears no relation to anything that you said previously.
Well, I disagree because it certainly does. The likes of the Art of Noise that I recognise are China Records, my friend.
Please stop, John. Stop calling. John. I will let you finish. But trust me, John. I will let you finish, right? But please stop calling me. We ain't friends. Just carry on. But we ain't friends.
Oh, that's very sad. I'm your friend.
No, you're not. I wouldn't have a friend as dumb as you.
Well, that's very sad. I'm going to hang up now. Bless you. Bye.
Please hang up.
He can't even hang up properly. Jeez. Let's go to Barry. Good evening, Barry.
All right, Ian. How you doing, son?
I'm all right, mate. What you got for us?
I'm here to talk about that guy that was just on, because I was a musicologist before I went to jail, and I agree with you, Paul, because I had an actual drink.
This is the fella that served 18 years for pumping a dog. Am I right, Barry?
17.
17 years for pumping a dog. Wowzers. Yeah, go on. You're a musicologist.
I'm a musicologist, and in that time I got to meet a lot of famous people, and I met Trevor Horn.
Yes.
And I said, who's your favourite band? And he went, Kraftwerk. They're absolute smash.
Is that a true story, Barry?
That is 100%.
Unbelievable.
1994, the Dog in Splitter in Camden.
I know it. I know that pub very, very well.
It was brilliant. So I love my music. I was appalled at that guy's attitude towards you.
Yes.
Because you played some brilliant music on this. I was listening last night and you played a song I've never heard before. Absolutely smashed. The Herman June.
The what?
Herman June? Is that what the band is
Herman
called?
June, yes, the Herman June song. It's a great little pop song, that, isn't it?
Yeah, brilliant. I loved it. I've been playing it to my pals all day, trying to get them into it. They don't like it, but I think it's brilliant.
Yeah, it's a good song. What's life like for a reformed dog pumper?
Everything always comes back to that, doesn't it? And that's the problem. I'm trying to move on.
Yeah, you're right, and I apologise. I shouldn't have brought that up.
It's all right. You asked the question, I gave you the answer. But, I don't...
I promise, I will never mention your dog pumping again.
Thanks, son.
You're very welcome, Barry. Thank you, mate. Let's go to Kevin. Good evening, Kevin.
Hello.
Hello, Kevin. Hey, it's Kevin! Oh, from last night. How you doing, man?
Oh, you can remember from last night, can you?
Well, can you remember from last night? That is the question.
I certainly can.
Oh, hello, you got a lady friend?
I certainly have, yeah.
Oh, you up to a little bit of bunky?
Well, no, I've got a lady friend and we're best of mates. Why, could you hear her in the background?
Yes, I could hear her squealing.
Well, that's because she's just putting her fajita in the microwave.
She's putting her fajita in the microwave? I'm going to say it. Is that a euphemism?
No.
I bet she's got a lovely fajita.
She's a bit hungry. So,
I'd love to have a little chomp on her fajita.
No. Don't get too personal.
No, I'm not. I'm talking about the food, the fajita. I'm hungry. I'm on a diet. I haven't eaten anything all day.
I said a fajita, not fajita.
I'm talking about... You dirty dog! I'm talking about fajita. I haven't eaten anything all day. I'm on a diet.
Well, she's cooked a lovely chicken, actually. And I am a chicken, as you know, from last night.
There we go.
It took me a while to get to it, didn't it?
Yeah.
Because I'm a bit of a chicken.
Well, you got there in the end.
Well, it takes me a while to get my words out, but once I do...
There's no stopping you.
Once I get in the frame of mind to speak my words, I always do.
Ding! There's the ding! The fajita's ready!
Yeah, no, well, that wasn't mine. That was my friend's here.
She's not making a lot of noise, isn't she?
Well, she does. She always bangs the plate down, you know what I mean?
I like to bang.
Would you
hey, now she's doing it! I didn't do that! She's the dirty one!
Yeah, but would you like a word with her?
Yeah, go on then.
Oh, actually, you're on loudspeaker.
Yeah, I know, and I don't normally allow people on loudspeaker, but I let you off this once.
That's not radio.
Okay.
She can't believe that I was on the radio last night.
Yeah, well, it's a phone-in show. These things happen. Kevin, listen, we've got to go because I'm late for the news. I'm really sorry. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, Mrs. Fajita lady.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Enjoy your fajita. Get stuck into that, Kevin. Go on. Whoa, chomp down on that boy. Right. 0344. I've got no idea what happened in that last hour. I suspect we lost most of our listeners, but these things happen. 0344 499 1000. Another hour of this nonsense. This is the Late Night Alternative with me, Iain Lee, only here on Talk Radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Walk yesterday, not knowing where I was going, and ended up in the park where stayed until it turned dark. My eyes looked to the sky, were focused on the space between the stars, cause it's what makes them beautiful. And I'm feeling empty as a gas tank of the car on the side of the road, and just a little hopeless, like the people trying to wave down some help. Why is a friend so hard to come by these days? These days you got everything, you got 10,000 songs you can sing, you got a whole lot of people telling you which way to go, and you go, and you know it's all wrong. Locked on politics, on guards and naked chicks. Don't mix the melting pot, it's boiling over these days. I took a walk yesterday, not knowing where I was going, not knowing why I was moving, not knowing what I was doing, but trying to walk with some purpose, put a little meaning in my stride, put a little meaning in my life. Why ask why? I look for answers in the sky, and if the trees can only talk to me, I know a lot more than I did before, than I did before these days. These days you got everything, you got 10,000 songs you can sing, you got a whole lot of people telling you which way to go, and you go, and you know it's all wrong. Locked on politics, on guards and naked chicks. Don't mix the melting pot, it's boiling over these days. These days, these days, these days, these days, these days. going. It reminded me of how free I am, but what a slave I am to my own discontent. These days you got everything, you got 10,000 songs you can sing, you got a whole lot of people telling you which way to go, and you go, you know it's all wrong. Walked on politics, on gods and naked chicks, don't mix them melting pot, spoiling over these days.
Honestly, you can't go wrong with Imani Coppola. You can't go wrong with her. She's a genius. Imani Coppola is an absolute genius. 03444991000 is the telephone number. This is the late night alternative. Weeknights from 10 on Talk Radio, on DAB, on app and online. You can watch the show at Talk Radio. No, not there. You can't. You can watch it at youtube.com/rabbithole. And we're here till 1 o'clock. Then Paul Ross comes on. Gary and Katie stay there. I'll come to you in a bit. Let's go to Tony first. Good evening, Tony.
Good evening.
Good evening, Tony.
Good evening to you.
Good evening to you, fine sir. What do we owe the pleasure this evening, Anthony?
I would love to speak to you about UFOs, but I'm not sure where the conversation has gone thus far.
Well, about UFOs, not that far, actually. But it doesn't matter where the conversation has gone. It's where the conversation is going now, Tony.
Oh, okay. Well, back in the day...
Yes?
I used to be affiliated to a UFO group.
Okay.
Down in the south.
Yeah.
Well, to be honest, I'm not sure. You're clearly interested in that suspect.
Yes. Well, that's what I've asked about it. Yes.
Yes. Right. So, what is your thoughts on it?
Well, no. What is your thoughts on it?
Well, I have actually seen things of that ilk. Anyway,
tell me what have you seen. Go on. What have you seen? Where and when? What did it look like? What happened?
When I was about 10,
yeah,
I was looking out of the window. It sounds kind of odd.
Well, but, no, looking out of a window doesn't sound that odd.
Yeah, well, it does when you consider the fact that
there were no windows in the house. Huh? Hello?
We had several windows in the house.
Okay, well, then it doesn't sound that odd. Looking out of a window isn't an odd thing. I've done it loads of times.
I love it. Huh? But yes,
I've not even done it yet.
I actually saw two lights approach each other.
Yeah.
And they basically merged.
Yeah.
And then flew off in a weird direction. It was very, very strange.
What would you describe as a weird direction? What do you mean by that?
Upwards, very, very fast.
Okay. And what time of the day was it?
It was around about 11 o'clock at night.
Okay. And did you tell anybody about this?
No, I don't believe I did.
Why not?
Because I was a very young fellow at the time.
But hang on a minute. If you've seen something like that, would you not say to your mum over the next morning when you're having your sugar puffs, Hey, Mum, I tell you what, I know I should have been asleep, but I looked out the window and I saw these two lights going together. They merged and then they went off in a weird direction. You'd say, did you, or did you not tell your friends at school or anything?
No. I was around some very strange people at the time.
What do you mean strange? Your mum and dad?
Do you know Crawley in West Sussex?
Yeah, very strange. Very strange people.
A very odd... Well, that's where I was born and bred. Right. I live in the North East now, but...
Get away from those weirdos.
At the time...
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. But the point was that one of my babysitters was someone who said that she had psychic visions of Romans.
Mystic crystal visions of Romans?
No, mystic visions of Romans. She had dreams about Romans who were trying to kill her and stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, I had a bit of a strange childhood, to be honest, Ian.
Well, hang on, in what way strange? You've thought that looking out of windows was strange. In what way strange?
Strange as much as, I don't know, there was always weird stuff around, I guess.
Yeah.
I can remember being driving with my father, and he saw lights in the sky, and he was like, "Nah, that's..." Well, because he used to be in the RAF and all that sort of stuff.
Yes.
So he was like, "Oh no, that's not normal."
Well, hang on. Well, okay, right. You keep prefacing things with the word strange, but then just describing quite mundane things.
Are they mundane or are they not?
Looking out of a window is mundane, yes.
Okay.
Hello?
Sorry. Talking to another fellow there, but
what? Are you being probed anally now? What's going on?
Oh, Ian.
Well, what's going on? I can hear voices in the background.
There's just...
I feel that I don't have your full and undivided attention.
You absolutely do.
Okay. So that happened when you were 10. Have you seen anything more recently?
No, but I still think that there's something to it. I really do.
Are you sparking up a fag? In the middle of a sentence? Are you sparking up a fag in the middle of a sentence? Who do you think you are? Vincent Price or something? It's the only person I could think from the olden days that might have smoked. He's doing it.
Vincent Price? Oh, well, I wish I was Vincent Price.
Oh, I wish you were, because he's dead. So what? I don't. Okay. So that was the only UFO you've seen.
It was convincing enough to me at the time.
Well, no, I'm not. Why is everyone struggling? Why is everyone struggling with really simple questions tonight? I'm not saying. I'm not disputing it one way or the other. I believe your account.
Okay.
But I'm asking if you've seen any more UFOs since then.
No, but I did actually work for a. Well, I say work. I did actually do investigations, I suppose, for an organisation for a little while.
Why are you being so cagey about this organisation? Was it a government department?
The reason I'm being so cagey about them is because they were very cagey.
and the caginess has rubbed off on you?
Absolutely not, Ian.
Well,
who
were they?
Not.
Who were they?
Do you know what? They were the cagiest organisation you could ever work for.
The Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia? The KKK? What would you mean?
Not as cagey as that, Ian.
Right.
Not as cagey as that.
Well, who were they?
But they were this. I think they were overly paranoid.
Right. But who were they? Come on, man! Come on, let me Google them, and I bet they'll have like a massive fluorescent GeoCities style website that'll say "Welcome to UFOs Are Us" or whatever they're called.
I'll be honest with you. I don't think they exist anymore. I mean, this was. I'm not even joking. This was about 25 years ago.
Okay, and you're not prepared to tell us the name of this cagey.
They would not even have an internet presence.
Well, right. Well, tell me their name so I can type it in. Come on.
I can't even remember it, to be honest.
Right. Thanks very much for calling, Tony. I mean, flipping it. Maybe they. I've never seen the movie, so I'm about to make a comical, speedy reference to a movie I've never seen. But I bet some of you will get the reference. Maybe maybe it was the Men in Black, and Tommy Lee Jones got that thing out and zapped his brain and wiped his brain. Have I got that reference right? It's kind of close. I've never seen the film, and I have no intention of. Katie and Gemma and Gary, this is it, guys. We're in the home stretch. Let's show Catherine we don't need her. As we just smash this show into 1 o'clock. We're gonna smash this show in. Right. Adverts.
A star-crossed soapbox for sailor boys, stable girls,
I'm on the edge.
and stripper grands.
It depends who you're with and it depends on the situation.
Late night speech radio with a difference.
Thank you.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Evening, Katie.
Hello, Ian. How are you doing?
I'm very well, Katie. At last, someone who doesn't sound completely bonkers. What a night! What a night! What's been going on?
God knows.
Maybe we need Catherine on board. I don't want to admit it.
What's happened to her? Where is she?
I'm afraid she's died. No, she's not.
Now that's not nice.
That's not nice. No, I'm afraid she's too lazy to come in.
Okay, fair dues.
That's it. She's just too lazy. She just can't be bothered. No, she's had a night off. She will be back tomorrow, I am assured. Probably with a hangover, knowing her.
And how are you coping by yourself, then? How do you feel it's going?
I think this is probably the best show I've done in years. Best show I've ever done. Don't tell her it's been a bit of a car crash. Best show we've... What is wrong with your phone?
I don't know.
Is it? I don't know. Are you on a landline?
I thought that was you.
No, that's you. What do you mean this is? We've got digital state-of-the-art technology.
But I'll stand in one place.
No, but are you on a landline? Are you on a landline?
I am.
Is it what do they call it? Is it got
handheld kind of the wire thing?
Has it got a wire?
No.
Oh, right, okay.
I feel very modern and very sophisticated.
God, look at you! I was going to say bang it, but maybe not. Okay, right.
Okay, so I just rang you up a few times tonight, and I haven't actually spoken to you, but I kept getting nervous and putting the phone down.
You bottler. You are what is known. You're what is known in the business as a bottler, and there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. But we have a little thing we like to play for people like you, and it goes like this. Hang on a second.
Oh God!
There we go. I don't want you to take that personally.
I won't. But what's the parent of a chicken called?
A cock.
Oh, yeah. That's right. So tonight...
It's been a long time since I've seen one of them. I haven't worked on a farm for years. That's the joke there.
So I was going to chat to you about various things, but I'd like to find out between I'm from the north, You're from the south, obviously. What's going on with the snow? What happened?
It's gone. The snow's gone. Right, we had snow for like 3 days, and I couldn't really do a lot in it because I was working. And then on the Saturday, I woke up and I was like, right, I'm going to go and see my boys, and I'm going to take them out. I mean, my actual children, not like my gang. I see them on the Sunday. And I thought, wake up. I'm going to go and take them out on the sledge. It had all gone. And there was a blizzard on Friday night. It had all gone. It was outrageous.
How much snow did they have in London, though? Like, really, like the deepest snow. What was it?
I don't know. It was quite bad. It was. I mean, it got quite bad for London. It was a few inches. We had a few inches.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that bad for London?
Well, yeah, of course it is, because it's warmer. Right, first of all, we're down south, so it's warmer. And also cities are warmer. You know, cities get less snow because they generate more heat. That's a fact.
But there's a thing about the north and south divide, isn't there? And people say, northerners have got flat caps, they have toilets outside, and, southerners can't deal with the cold. Do you think that's generally true?
Well, no, I don't. I just think that as a nation we struggle with snow, because everyone was like cacking their pants because there was a bit of snow, and they were like stockpiling water and food and all of this. And right, we get snow like that for about 3 or 4 days once every 5 years. And that's it. And you just deal with it. But yes, I mean, of course, there is the classic thing, and I've seen it in places like Newcastle, where it'll be, in a February Saturday night, the lads will be out in thin trousers and short sleeve shirts, and the lasses will be out in mini skirts and stuff, and no coat or anything. They'll be freezing. So there is that. You don't get that so much in London. You get that a little bit, but not so much in London.
I just get. I'm 30. Oh, I'm not 34. What am I talking about? I'm 43.
Oh, look at you, Katie.
I know, and I lived in a really remote area in a place called Teesdale in the northeast of England. Yes. And my parents owned a pub, and we were blocked in for 6 weeks, and I think it was like 1984 or something. And the helicopters came, and they delivered us food. We were blocked in for 6 weeks, and it was the most exciting time of my life. Yeah, so every time it snows, it kind of reminds me about that exciting time. And I'm the first one to go out, and my son Ben, he's 13 now, and he's like, oh, really? Do we have to go out on the sledge? I'm like, yes!
Come on, man, of course you have to go out on the bloody sledge. What is wrong with people? I hate people that don't want to go out on a sledge.
Yeah, but he eventually loved it, and it was just fun. And apparently we're going to get more snow tomorrow, a little bit of snow anyway. Well, it won't be the same as it was.
No, we're in spring now. We're in spring. It's done. And I'm going
to ask you a question, if that's okay.
Yeah, but I reserve the right to not answer it, and to tell you that your producers told me on 4 separate occasions they would not be asking me that question, and then during the next set of adverts I can get up and walk away, because I'm not giving you the satisfaction of having a shot of me walking away, which you can then repeat.
And I came to see you at the Rabbit Hole in Newcastle.
Oh, did you come and say hello?
Brilliant. Yeah, I did.
Oh, there you go.
It was very, very funny. It was very good.
In that case, you can ask me anything you want.
Okay, thanks. So, I have a sister who's very much involved with TV and radio, and she's worked with a lot of famous people.
Can she get me a job? Oh, sorry, that was totally out. Sorry, that was out of order.
My question is to you.
Yes.
How do people from normal backgrounds and everything, and then you get into TV and you get into fame?
Yes.
Why is it that some people get incredibly, what's the word? I don't know, arrogant. And why do some people? You're not. You're great. You're new, and you're very.
No, I was arrogant for a while. For quite a long time. For quite a long time. The first few years, I was an arsehole, definitely.
Really?
Definitely. Yeah.
Why do you think that is? Is it because fame's just like a news thing?
No, I'll tell you why it was. It was a defence thing, and because I was so. Do you know what I'm doing? Do you know why I'm going, Katie? It's because, 3 weeks ago I would have answered this question and gone into great detail. Mm-hmm. But ever since, the papers have started listening and printing stuff that I say to imply that I'm having a drugs relapse and a mental breakdown, as they did at the weekend. Thanks, guys. Oh, by the way, every newspaper's been... Iain Lee said on his weekend show this weekend... Don't have a show on the weekend. What are you talking about, you idiots? It was in a podcast from 3 weeks ago. Anyway, so
and the press will print anything they want to anywhere. They'll just, it's
So I'm slightly hesitant to answer it because I'm just being particularly. I did become quite arrogant, and it took a while to shake it off. And I think some people do as a defence mechanism. I think some people, some performers are arrogant anyway, and fame and money is a great amplifier of all of your negative traits. And just some people are assholes. But there are arrogant truck drivers, and there are arrogant people that work in shops, and there are arrogant. There are arrogance everywhere. But of course. You see it more in famous people, I guess.
Yeah, I guess that's right. I think, my sister, for one, I won't tell you her name because you might know of her name. We were like, that is the North and South divide. She moved down south, and she became a producer for lots and lots of TV programs, and it's just, oh my God, and it's suddenly kind of, God, everything's just a nightmare.
Yes.
And it's that kind of, what's happened to the Northeast, and it's just become this really bizarre, I don't know why it happens to some people, but Iain, you're great, and I think you did, anyway.
I am a work in progress, Katie, as we all are. We're all a work in progress, and we ain't done yet. There's still a bit more work to go.
We all are a work in progress, Iain, so well done for what you're doing.
Nice to talk to you, Katie. Thank you very much.
Okay, take care.
Bye-bye. Let's go to Louise. Good evening, Louise.
Good evening, Iain. How are you?
Good evening, Louise. Very firm and formal opening. I like it. That normally means I'm about to get told off. What have I done wrong now?
You haven't done a thing wrong.
Oh,
not a thing.
Okay.
I'll
what you got
tell
for
you
us?
off if you want.
Okay. Hang on a second, miss, please. Go on. What have you got for us?
No, I just wanted to give you a little update on the morphine withdrawal.
Oh, yeah, of course. How's that all going?
Well, like I said, the last time I had done the very large section of the reduction, which I completed successfully. Woohoo!
Yes.
Oh. But there's quite a nasty side effect to it, which it's not nice at all.
Go on. Am I allowed to ask?
Yeah, of course. That's why I'm ringing in.
Go on. What's the side effect?
Get it off my chest, I suppose.
Oh.
About a week or so after I finish a withdrawal reduction, there seems to be a depression kicks in.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Yeah.
And it's been nasty this time. It's been very, very nasty this time round. I'm okay whenever I'm chatting away there on the YouTube channel, and that's all well and good.
Yeah.
But in real life,
I would imagine that is your body trying to rebalance itself after a chemical that it's been used to has been removed from it, and I would imagine that it's temporary. If that makes sense, because at some point, your body is your brain and your body is gonna get the balance right.
Well, depression is something that I've suffered since like my mid-teens. So I'm used to that.
Yeah.
But this feels completely different.
Yeah.
And this is the third time that has happened. It's the third reduction I've done. This is the third time this has kicked in, and it feels different. So I'm certain that it's linked to, the reductions.
Yeah.
It was actually your blog that kicked it off, believe it or not.
Oh, well, that made you depressed? God.
Well,
I wasn't
feeling...
a happy one. About sunshine.
It's not in a bad way.
No,
not in a bad way.
I know.
Not in a bad way, but they do say that, morphine and any drugs... they suppress your emotions.
Yeah.
And emotions that you haven't felt for the length of time you've been on the substance.
Yeah.
They've been suppressed, and they have to come to the fore at some stage.
Yeah.
When I read your blog, it was almost as if it was me talking, but somebody else's words.
I've had a few people say that. You're not alone in saying that.
I know.
Yeah, I've been privileged to have a few people say that.
So many people, I've read the comments. I commented myself as well.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable how many people are in that situation. But it was something I had convinced myself that I was completely okay with. And then one particular bit you had said about, you kept your circle of friends very close. You had 3 close friends.
Yeah.
I had always kept my circle very close, and I had 2 close friends.
Yeah.
And about 3 years ago, I'll not even go into it, but something happened, and that changed. And now in real life, I don't really have anybody.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Friends-wise, I've got family and things like that. But, I was reading the blog, I was actually crying, and I realised I have nobody that I can actually ring to say, listen, do you want to get together and just hang out for a bit? And I convinced myself I was absolutely okay with my own company and, my barriers up and being okay. But I'm not. And I've realised I need to do, nobody can do anything about that but me.
Yeah.
I
do know. Have you spoken to your doctor about this feeling of depression?
I have. It was a different doctor that I spoke to this Monday. My own GP, he's off now.
Right.
He'll be back next week. They've given me, I'll not mention names or anything, but, medication just temporarily to go along with my normal medication.
Yeah.
But it's like you said in your blog, how does a 44-year-old man go about making friends? Yeah. How does a 38-year-old woman go about making friends? I need to get out there, but part of me doesn't know what to do, and I've isolated myself that long. I don't know how to do it.
I also don't know if I want to make friends as well. I should say I don't know if I want to make friends.
It's after what happened with me, those couple of years back, and then I've put the barriers up. I'm the same because I don't know if I can trust anybody. I've lost the trust. It was a 20-year friendship that was threw back in my face the worst possible way.
People,
I don't know.
Imagine being an actual person. God, I'd hate that. Louise, I'm sorry, that you're struggling. This too shall pass and all of that stuff. These cliches are cliches for a reason because they're based in some form of truth. There's nothing I can say. I'm going to say something patronising. Hang in there.
It's all you can do.
It's all you can do. Hey, nice to speak to you, Louise. Take care.
Well, okay.
See you later.
That's the name. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Gary!
All right.
There we go.
I just watched, guys? What's the other word? This is a swear word. You ever seen that film, The Guys? Bastardos.
I've not seen Inglourious Bastardos. No, I've not seen that.
You haven't seen it? Oh, very good.
Well, had you seen it? Had you seen it? Had you seen it before today?
I've seen it about 3 or 4 times.
Okay.
Really.
Heddy's texted in or tweeted in. Is this indistinct caller night tonight? I don't know what that is a reference to.
No, I was talking about I'm real, me. I'm a very real man. People die. Oh, crap. With cancer, with murder, and fucking all. I was trying to get to the bottom of it.
You pissed, Gary?
No.
You're sounding very morose. You stoned? What's going on?
Well, no, I'm not stoned. I drink things and I know things. I get to a point.
So you are drunk?
I lost a lot of people.
So you are you drunk?
No.
How much have you had to drink?
It doesn't take me much to get drunk. Well, it does.
Because I tell you why. You may not think you're drunk, but you're slurring your words.
I know I am.
I'm
telling the truth, though. I'm always telling the truth. I think life's life.
Yes, you're slurring your words, and your train of thought is even harder to follow than usual. How much have you had to drink today?
Some will say 17. I was a sister at 20, so I just drink a lot.
I know you do, and I'm not judging you for it. I'm just curious, how much have you had to drink today?
Not a lot. I was trying to drink today. Not a lot.
Okay. Well, but you don't know. So that's odd that you don't know how much you've had to drink, which would imply.
Can I comment on something?
Yeah. But how much have you had to drink today, Gary?
Not a lot. But I'm a real person.
No, Gary, I'm going to call it. I'm going to call it. You're drunk, man.
I'm not.
Yeah, you are, mate. You are. And
I get the emotion and the gist.
You're not listening to a word I say, though.
I know.
And whoever that is in the background, tell them to shut up, please. I'm talking to you.
I know.
Right, well, tell them to shut up, because I'm talking to you.
She said you too, though. I can't tell her. She's very respectful.
Well, then it's rude for her to keep talking while I'm talking to you, mate.
Mm.
Right. How much have you had to drink?
Quite a bit. But I'm also true.
But tell me how much. Tell me how much. What have you drinking? Beer, vodka, gin, what?
No, lager.
Right. How many cans of lager you had?
I'll tell you the truth as well. But I'm always real, me. When it comes to death and life.
Yeah, Gary, how many cans of lager have you had to drink today, mate?
Not a lot, but that's a few drugs as well.
Okay, Okay, so what? 10 cans of lager?
Something like that.
Something like that, and that's not a lot. Wow. And
not to me.
What? No, exactly. And what drugs have you had today, man?
Okay. Ketamine.
You've had ketamine?
Ketamine.
You've had ketamine? When did you do the ketamine?
Early on today.
Right.
Well,
yeah.
Well, that's half an hour.
You did it half an hour ago?
No, that's half an hour.
Right, so you've had 10 cans of lager, and you've done some ketamine. Right.
Yeah,
and you don't think you're wasted.
I'm not wasted, to be honest.
Mate, you haven't got a clue.
My mind is very
I would love you tomorrow morning, before you take any more ketamine and before you drink any more booze, I would love you to listen back to what you sound like, because you do sound wasted.
I probably do, but I can't realism all the time. I lost friends, I lost family.
I know, and it's sad, and it's really, really sad, man. But doing ketamine and thinking that 10 cans of lager isn't much, those things aren't going to help you. 10 cans of lager is quite a bit. Ketamine is a horse tranquilizer. You know? Yeah.
I lost my sister.
I know you have, Gary. I know you have. But here's the thing. Here's the thing, Gary. Here's the thing, Gary. Here's the thing.
This is my problem.
No, Gary. No. Gary, your problem at the moment is you're doing horse tranquilizers, and you think that 10 cans of lager isn't very much. Those are your Those are your immediate problems. Right. I cannot talk to you. I cannot have a conversation with you while you're like this, and I don't want to waste my words.
I try, either.
Yeah.
Ever seen the...
I don't want to waste my words talking to you while you're like this, because none of it will sink in, and
I'm a very
you won't.
intelligent person, and you are a very intelligent person.
I can't understand what you're saying, man. I can't even understand what you're saying.
You're a very intelligent person. I'm a very intelligent person.
Well,
I know how it goes. Lost a lot of people in their lives.
Gary, I know you have, and I'm really sorry for your loss, right? But you're rambling, right?
I know I am rambling.
You're rambling, and I don't want to waste. I'm going to say, I don't want to waste my time talking to someone who won't remember this phone call in the morning.
Well,
Life is life, isn't it?
You're talking bollocks, mate. You're talking absolute bollocks. You come out with life is life in it. You're talking rubbish, mate. And it would be unfair. It would be unfair of me. It would be unfair of me.
You're the media. I'm a normal man on the street trying to get on with the world.
Yeah, exactly. Listen. It would be all right. It would be unfair on me for me to impart, perhaps useful, positive, maybe even life-saving information on someone who is out of it. It'd be a waste of both of our time.
I committed suicide 4 times. So
Gary, mate, Gary. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry for your loss. I'm really sorry for your losses, because I know you've lost your sister and I know you've lost a good friend. I'm really sorry that you've tried suicide. I'm really sorry for that, brother. And I feel for you. But also, I know, Gary, that you taking ketamine and you think you drinking 10 cans of lager, that ain't going to help. I also know you ain't going to remember this phone call in 20 minutes, brother. I'll press the dump button anyway, because I'm not sure if that was an F-bomb or not.
You cut me off eventually, I know.
No, I will cut you off eventually, because you're wasting everybody's time. And now I'm going to get... Now I know you're going to send me a tweet. I know you're going to send me an aggressive tweet. That's fine.
I never send you an aggressive tweet.
You do. But that's fine as well. That's fine. I can handle an aggressive tweet. If it stops you trying to kill yourself, you send me all the aggression in the world you want, brother. Trust me.
I think you're not my wavelength.
I'm not on your wavelength, and that's the thing. You're on your own wavelength right now. You're on a very unique wavelength, and I know
what you mean.
No, you don't, Gary. I'm starting to get frustrated, and that's not going to be helpful. Try tomorrow. Tomorrow, try not to drink. Try not to take any ketamine, and maybe give us a call at the start of the show tomorrow. How about that?
I'll try.
Because I don't want to speak to you when you're like this, because it's upsetting.
But my dad's got Alzheimer's, dementia and everything. I sort of killed myself eventually.
Okay. Gary, you're having a run of bad luck. I'm going to give you a phone number. Have you got pen and paper?
Well, then. What are you trying to pen? You got a pen, Joe?
This is breaking my heart, man.
I'm 46 now. I don't want to die yet.
Have you got a pen?
It's trying to give me a pen. And a paper. It's not so bad, is it? Go on then.
Right. You got a pen and paper?
Got a pen and paper, yeah.
116.
116.
123.
1, 2, 3.
Give them just give me that number again.
116.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
That's the number for the Samaritans, right? Would you do me a favour? One favour.
My brother's trying to stop me as well.
Would you do me one favour, Gary? Because I'm concerned about you. Right? Could you promise to do me one thing?
No.
Gary?
I will do.
Right. I'm going to cut you off now because I've got to go to some adverts.
I know.
Right. When I cut you off, promise me you'll phone that number straight away.
Okay, no.
What's the number?
116.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
So I'm going to cut you off now, and I want you to phone that number straight away and have a chat to whoever answers it, okay? And you can tell them all the stuff you've told me. It's a yellow card, mate. Well, it's a red card. I'm cutting you off now, Gary. Call that number for me, mate, OK?
I will.
Thank you very much indeed. 0344 499 1000. This is Talk Radio.
The radio show where the owls are not what they seem.
Do you or have you ever watched Twin Peaks?
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee.
He could be dreaming and meeting each other in their dreams.
On Talk Radio.
Let's go to Rosanna. Hey, Rosanna.
Oh, hello. Hello, Iain.
Hello, Rosanna. Are you on speakerphone?
No, I'm not. My phone isn't very good, I'm afraid.
Oh God! It sounds like it's made of cardboard. Go on.
Oh, no. Is it that bad?
No, it's all right. We can go on. We can hear it. Go on. What you got for us?
Oh, good. No, I'm really struggling at the moment. It's the anniversary of my mother's death today, and it's also Mother's Day Sunday, and it's also the anniversary of her, and it's the birthday today. It's the anniversary of her death.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that.
The Mother's Day, so it's all at once. It's just a bit of a struggle, you know?
Yeah.
So So haven't spoken to anybody today either.
Rosanna, sorry, because I did miss the beginning of that. Sorry, the anniversary of whose death?
It's my mother's birthday, and it's the anniversary of her death in 10 days.
Oh, mate, I'm...
So some Mother's Day coming up on Sunday as well.
Yeah.
So it's a bit tricky, you know. It's all everything at once. I hate March. It's the worst month.
Yeah. Can I ask how long ago you lost her?
It was 10 years ago now.
Oh, mate.
So it's still fresh in my mind.
Yeah, no, of course it is. Of course it is. You know, it's yeah, it is. I'm really sorry. What are you going to do to try and to get through it?
I don't know really. I just tied myself away, I think, and try and get through as best I can. But I've got some mental health problems. I'm a schizophrenic, and I've got depression, anxiety, and I've got physical health problems. So I've got a lot of.
Hey, you've got a full house of stuff. If we were playing bingo, medical bingo, you'd win.
I would. I'd have the lot. I'd have it all. Yeah, I've got the lot, unfortunately.
Oh, mate. I'm sorry. That sucks. Are you? How are you getting on? Are you getting treatment? Are you? What's happening?
Yeah, I see a psychiatrist, a social worker, and a CPN at the moment. So I've been I was in hospital about 18 months ago for quite a long time.
Yeah.
But I've been out of hospital. For 18 months now. So I was off for quite a long time. So I'm doing as well to the effects, really.
Have you got? It does sound like you're underwater. Have you got anything in place to make March a little bit easier for you?
To be honest, no. I mean, I'm quite isolated. I don't like yourself. I'm a bit of a loner, and I don't have many friends.
No, yeah.
That sort of thing. So it's a bit difficult, really.
Yeah, no, of course it is.
And C is my mental health team, really. And
yeah. My suggestion would be: have you got a diary where like a date diary, not a dear diary, today I fell in love with a boy, but a diary where you can you put your appointments in.
No, I haven't really.
Get one. Right, get one. And they'll be cheap now. If you get a 2018 diary, they'll be cheap from W.H. Smith's, because it's March, and who wants to buy a diary in March? Buy one, and I would this is my suggestion, do with it what you want. But I tell you, one of the things that keeps me going when I'm struggling a bit is kind of just having things in my diary to look forward to. Like, I'm off. In a couple of weeks, I'm off, right? I've taken a week off, and I've got it in my diary. I've got this week off. And, maybe you write down on Saturday, I'm going to go and see a film. Whatever stuff it is that kind of helps you take yourself out of yourself for 90 minutes, 2 hours. And just put right on. So on Sunday, the 11th, I'm going to go and see a film. On Wednesday, the 14th, I'm going to go for a nice walk by the canal for an hour. Or, just have a few things in your diary that are something to look forward to, and they don't have to be big things, and they don't have to be expensive things. It can just be things that just get you out of the house, or just get you out of yourself for an hour and a half. It's a suggestion. It's a suggestion. It might help.
Yes. Yeah. I feel I'm really isolated. I don't really go out and stuff, so it's not. I wouldn't mind going on my own. That wouldn't be a problem going on my own. But I'm so used to being on my own, so it'd be more difficult to go with somebody else, I think.
Well, don't worry about getting other people to go. That can be later in the year, but just this month, because I'm just concerned for you for this month. If it's such, it sounds like it's a very tricky March. It sounds like a tricky old thing, and I just don't want you to wobble too much.
Yeah.
All right, Rosanna. Well, listen, you can give us a call any time.
Okay, well, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Iain.
All right, nice one, mate. Take care.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. There we go. People everywhere, man. Life is hard. Life is hard, innit? Let's go to Kevin. Good evening, Kevin.
Hi, Iain. How are you?
I'm all right, thanks. I'm saddened by that last call, actually. I'm saddened by the last couple of calls. There's a lot of people out there struggling. How are you doing, man?
No, I'm not scared bad. That's why I've actually rung, because of your last couple of calls.
Yeah.
Because what I do, I'm a call handler for London Ambulance.
Oh, okay.
Basically, I take 999 calls It was just very interesting hearing the way you speak to these people and how you help them, and it feels a lot like what I do on a day-to-day basis.
I bet you get to hear some. Some incredible stuff, man, don't you? I mean, some real. I don't explain. I'm not asking you to break any confidences, obviously, but I bet you hear people, literally with death on their hands in some cases. Yeah, we get some deep stuff, but also at the same time some pretty amazing stuff, and it's good to be able to speak to these people to really help them. It's really half of it is horrible, but the ones like the people you speak to and the people you get a chance to speak to, we get to speak often to, and there's a lot of the time it's the same kind of issues, and they're the people that you really get a chance to speak to on the phone rather than kind of get through the script and be done. Yeah. And I just thought I'd say that for someone that's kind of been trained at it, I just think you do a really good job at it. Kevin, that's a very very generous and kind thing to say, and I shall take that on board. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that.
That's right.
What do you do? What do you do for fun? Right, when you finish, how long is your shift?
They're 12 hours.
Flipping heck, man. Flipping heck. I mean, I'm knackered after 3 hours of talking to people. 12 hours. When you've done it, what do you do for fun?
Oh, I play way too many video games.
What are you playing? What are you playing at the moment?
Right now, I'm playing.
Say that again. Your phone dropped out. You're playing what?
Monster Hunter.
Oh, so you're on Switch?
No, I do have a Switch, but it's on PS4.
Oh, is it? Okay.
I do also have a Switch.
Good for you. No, good for you. Monster Hunter. That's the they're crazy for that game in Japan.
Oh, it's great. It's ridiculous.
It's the biggest. It's one of the biggest.
Well in the West as well.
It's one of the biggest games in Japan, and it's taken off over here. But it's in Japan, it's just one of the hugest games. And I never quite got to grips with it. I'm a big fan of running around and shooting people. I also like playing video games. That's a terrible joke, but I'm a big fan of the Call of Duties and the Overwatch and Wolfenstein and all that stuff.
Yeah, I've seen you stream Overwatch a few times. It's kind of got me back into it a bit.
Yeah, Overwatch is fun, and I've just got given this I keep saying given because there's no way I'd spend 350 quid on it, but I got given this VR unit, and it's a gimmick, but man alive, it's some gimmick. Have you had a go on one of those?
Yeah, I've got. My girlfriend got me an Oculus Rift for Christmas, actually.
Oh, look at you with a rich girlfriend. Well, not a rich girlfriend now after she's splashed out on that, I'd imagine.
But no, it's really cool. You don't really understand it till you tried it, do you?
No, you can't describe it. I'm going to bring it in one night because I really want Kath to have a go because I keep kind of raving about it. Yeah. I've just been reminded, actually, I've been sent a code for a football game that I'm going to try out. But you can't until you've got the headphones and you've got the helmet on. You just got no idea what it's like.
Yeah, and it really is special.
Kevin, hey, listen, man, well done for doing what you do, and people like you, you're heroes and stuff. So keep up the good work, Kevin.
Thank you.
Nice one, man. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Yeah, Paul Ross, come in. How could I hear you through the soundproof door?
Waving and mouthing.
Oh, I could hear it. How you doing, man?
Not too bad. Looking forward to an element of the show we do every day. It's a bit of an old corny one, musical birthdays.
Yeah.
As you may know, it's Mickey Dolenz' birthday today. 1945.
I didn't know that.
And we're playing one of my favourite songs, alternate title. I love that song.
Oh, isn't that great? Not released as a single in the United States. A bigger hit over here than Daydream Believer.
Didn't you want to call it Randy Scouse Git?
Randy Scouse Git, the line from Till Death Us Do Part.
Oh, what a great, what a dude.
Yeah, what it means is...
Yes.
But that's a great song.
Why should I cut my hair?
Yeah, it's a great record, that.
Also on the show today, because today is not only International Women's Day, which we're covering, but it's also National Pothole Day. So we are talking to the one-man band campaigner, Mr. Pothole, joins us live, and I'm hoping to speak as well, because he's a bit obsessive, Mr. Pothole. I'm hoping to speak to Mrs. Pothole as well. He's hoping to, because she's rather long-suffering.
I thought you meant potholing as in the going underground.
No.
Have you ever done that?
I did it a couple of times. I did bog snorkelling and potholing in the same day for some dodgy old TV show I was doing. I quite enjoyed the potholing. So the bog snorkelling was nothing.
What is bog snorkelling?
Well, you basically put a snorkel on and go into a bog. Not a lavatory, but in a trench or a ditch. And they've got, and also, I mean, I'm going to be unkind here. They're running it as a BBC ident at them. When they say, night kayakers, and they all get together for the and they've got bog snorkelers from somewhere in the West Country, and they're all wearing eccentric onesies, and they all look like they really want to meet new friends.
I did potholing once,
You're a big lad to go potholing.
Yeah, I know, and I found it terrifying, man. But I was with a friend of mine, Paul, who's not as tall as me, but he's more portly. So I let him go first.
Lovely use of the word portly.
Yeah, I let him go first. I thought if he can fit through something, but it's a terrifying thing, man. It's not fun.
But it is wonderful. You go somewhere. We did that where and suddenly it opens out immensely.
You're in a huge cave, and then you switch the lights off.
Yeah.
Perfect darkness.
Yeah.
Paul, it's always a pleasure. Paul Russ will be here in a couple of minutes, so don't go anywhere. I will be back tonight at 10 o'clock. I shall be joined, hopefully, by Katherine. I think we've proved, actually, that today's show was a car crash. And as much as I think I could do it on my own, I can't. That's it. That's your lot. Paul Russ is up next until tonight at 10 from me. Ta-ta.